Traveller, the Watt game system.
All right. Okay, that was an excellent rehearsal. Now do it for real.
Okay, hi. My name's Jason. Welcome to Happy Jack's RPG Network. This is session 3 of The Drop in actual play. And if you want to catch up on past episodes, you can go to happyjacks.org/thedrop or happyjacks.org/shows to catch any of the myriad of wild adventures we've had on this channel. So enjoy. There's also a podcast stream. Go to happyjacks.org. You can get everything you could ever want for your little RPG heart. We are playing, I forget exactly how I said it, but the remnants of what was a perfectly good RPG system that did not need modification, and yet here we are. This is my fault. Don't blame anyone but me. I'm going officially with apologies to Traveller, because the fine folks at Traveller did not deserve this. But here we are. So I am your ringleader, Jason. And that's really clever because I'm like the GM of the game and it's set on a ring. So if you did, yeah, right. So it was like a really subtle joke that I wasn't sure everyone was getting. So I find jokes are better when you explain them.
Yeah,
so
totally better when you explain them.
That's yeah. I think that's just a good sort of touchstone for who I am as a person.
Unfortunately, yes.
Let's start at this end this week. Clara, unmute yourself and tell us about you.
I'm unmuted. I'm just thinking a lot about we were just talking about Call of Cthulhu and sanity, and I lose it every time you make a joke. Hi, I'm Clara. I'm playing Yrsa, our meathead, our bruiser with a heart of gold.
Yeah, actually, she is really sweet.
I know, she's super sweet. We're so dumb. It's fine. It's fine. She's fine.
I love it.
Hi, I'm Joey, and I am playing Max Ego, the celebrity on the ring who has a heart of cold. I'm just kidding. He's the sweetheart of the ring. He's the face and the voice, and he's there when you wake up, and he's there when you go to sleep at night. What are you doing? What's happening?
I'm talking to this guy over here, but without words because.
Oh, I see.
Because it's your.
I was doing a
right
good
now.
job, and then I screwed that up.
Don't look at me. Why are you looking at me?
I don't know. Okay, that's all I got. Yep.
OBS.
I can't.
Oh.
I can't because I accidentally made
Nailed it.
Huge.
Also, you make friends you are within striking range.
Hi, I am Nick, and I am playing Satch Balabanov, and he is a pilot. He loves to fly and speaks with a bad Russian accent. So, what more do you need to know?
All right. I am Michelle, and I am playing Cece, your friendly neighborhood mechanic who just happens to know a lot of shady characters for some reason. Like you do.
Yeah, and again, like sweetness level on the level of Keeley from, like just sweet and good and knows some real shady, like as you said.
It's like it's a Kaylee Disney princess, and then what's his name? The MC from
Ruby Rod?
It's and then Ruby Rod.
Cabaret?
And Cabaret.
And
Cabaret.
yeah, it's
Cabarod?
Cabaret.
Wow.
Mwah.
Did it.
That's okay. That is
Thank you.
That
Good
is
night.
beautiful. Yes. Thank you for that.
That has been the mic drop.
Thanks, I hate it.
every day we strike, brother.
Okay, so thank you everyone for joining us. Last time we were also sorting out some more rules issues. So going forward, we're going to use a hit point system based on kind of how Traveller did it, but we're going to have just a separate pool of numbers and sort out some minuses based on how many hit points you've lost, etc. So if you all would like to note on your character sheets, you have regular hit points or health points, whatever we want to call this, something that's not copyrighted. I don't think you can copyright hit points. That is the total of your physical stats. So your first 3 attributes strength, dex, and stamina. And then we are also going to have a stress score, which is the total of your mental stats. So intellect, education. I've actually been debating whether social is going to be part of this or not. I don't know if being popular makes you deal with stress better.
My argument for it, so that's even.
I would love,
just want it to be even.
No, I brought it up because I was undecided. So
is that when you have so low social also just is not just like not well liked, but it's like infamous sort of.
Yeah.
And so I would make an argument that like part of having a bad mental health day sometimes involves being a dick to people. So it might.
Yeah, I could see that being reflected, but I'm also trying to think of the other end. Is being popular helpful in like cushioning you against stress?
Well, I think if that's what you're used to and having to move in those circles, there is a buffer there. You've learned to adapt and you've learned to hold your tongue and say the right thing and not let things get to you and laugh something off and plot their death later.
Now, this is coming from the player with the highest social standing, so I have to take that argument with a grain of salt.
All right.
As
The player with the lowest social standing, I will also agree. I think that it should be included.
Okay.
Wait, what's your social?
Negative, it's 5, so -1.
Total of 5, yeah. Michelle, do you have thoughts on it?
I don't know. I think that honestly, it would depend on the situation, because if you have high social standing, you're not going to be stressed out over situations that involve those kinds of social interactions, but you might stress over things that are not within your element. So I'm torn.
Right, but in that same vein, dexterity wouldn't necessarily have anything to do with how, you taking a punch or how well how endurance or anything. Like,
You know what? Yeah, actually, in that vein of how it is already being abstracted in that sense, I like that. Let's go ahead and add all 3.
It's just even
for consistency as well. That makes sense to me. I like that. So those are your 2 kind of hit point pools. Things like stun weapons, it'll sort of be case by case, right? If it's really that you got like banged in the head and zapped, that's probably still health points, right? Versus like stun. Like I'm thinking of the stress pool as actual like I need to apply some kind of effect, but you didn't literally take harm, and it's also something that would probably heal up faster, So I'm going to apply something like that.
I was gonna say, for example, we've established already that Yrsa is pretty fucking scared of open space.
Yeah.
And then lost a little bit of control during a spacewalk.
Right.
We would probably use it then.
Yeah. So, for example, when we had you take harm last time, I'm actually going to give you that back and make it a stress roll instead.
Awesome.
And also that means, though, that your armor wouldn't apply. So I should have subtracted your armor last time, and now I have correctly not subtracted your armor.
Yes. It's no longer a problem because you changed the rules.
Yes. Yeah. You're welcome.
I'm not surprised.
It's weird because it's not like I can win. Like by changing I don't have an advantage, but here we are. So thank you everyone for being patient as we sort of play test this nonsense. It's still going to be a good story, I promise. All right. So any questions about health or stress?
No, I'm just glad you decided to include social, because without it, I would have had a 14 stress.
And how much is it with your social?
28.
Wow.
Literally double. And then just for if folks are curious, when you lose 10 points from either one, you're at -1 to all your rolls. And I'm going to treat that as cumulative. If you take 10 health and 10 stress, you're -2 to everything.
Sure.
You're having a shitty day. Right? Like, that feels cumulative. When you get kicked in the junk and made fun of, those things are cumulative damage, right? Like, that feels right to me. So, we'll experiment with that. And that means if you lose 20, it's -2 for that column. If you lose 20 from both columns, you're at -4, and that also feels right to me. So, that's some combination of minuses. feels good in this 2d8 system that we're trying out.
So you're looking to add insult to injury.
Yes, literally.
Just one last question, and that is, some of us have like the medic skill. Do any of us have like therapy?
I have carouse.
Yeah, I think there's probably going to be a number of different ways that we can recover stress. Certainly, it's going to be rest, right?
Right.
Like I think if you have an opportunity for a full night's rest, which is a thing I read about in a book.
Oh, okay.
Then we're just going to clear your stress, probably.
Full night's sleep, that's a myth.
Right.
Yeah.
like
What is that?
That's why it's hard
wait.
to clear all your stress.
Yeah.
Wait. We're playing a fantasy game, so
Oh,
it's
yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah. That's my favorite is like in playing Fallout where you had to sleep regularly. It was like you wake up rested and refreshed. I was like, fuck, this is the best thing ever. I fell asleep immediately and slept straight through 8 hours with no like my
can't-
fantasy.
I can't play Stardew Valley because I don't know how to not fall asleep in the middle of farming.
Yep. That's so what you would normally do is go to the place where you live and find the bed,
Oh,
and then you would get into that.
that did not occur to me.
Yeah, all right. All right, so the so we just jump into where we left off?
Do you want to do a recap?
And do we want to do the skills?
Oh, thank you. Yes, we are not ready to jump into where we left off. So let's do recap first. Fill in if I forget something, but I will just kind of do a speed run. We had a little bit of slice of life intro, and then our mechanic Cece got an opportunity from a criminal contact about a signal that Mad Lynn had picked up, and you were given the opportunity to go out and explore it for promising Lynn a 15% fee. So then the group weighed the options and decided to go on this little adventure. Through Satch's ship that gives you the opportunity to go out and explore. A number of you have shipborne skills, and we also have Irsa. So,
Aww.
It's
And
valid.
then there's Maud.
We need a mascot.
yeah. We love you, Irsa. We jetted out through the system and past the gas giants that have a lot of radio chatter and just noise in general, and got out where we found a drifting ship. A ship that Satch was able to identify from a
Historical documentary.
Historical documentary that had been gussied up a little, which
Is based on a true story. It says
but the best part
a
is
true story.
Nick was just like freestyling some slice of life bullshit, did not know what I had planned for the day, and then it turned out the ship they found is from this historical era of about 400 years ago, where they sent the first peopled mission through a wild jump, right? And they had a whole colony ship. They were outfitted to survive for a long time because they could just end up in the middle of nowhere and have to send laser telemetry where they wound up, and hopefully they're okay. But this ship, the Go for Broke, is from that historical, the like popular history. Like, this is something people learn in school of, like, oh yeah, the first ship with people on it to go through a sphere and do a wild jump, because we didn't know there were other spheres yet, and so we figured out that it will send you through places, and we're going places. Things are going to start happening to us now.
Everything's coming up humanity.
Yep.
Say, now they're going to happen.
Yep.
Now. They never happened before
Right.
that. We were fine before
Yep.
that.
Yep. No problems. So we established that this is actually that ship. However, it seems to be running dark. It has a very basic, like, hello, I'm a ship signal coming off of it.
Hello.
But no, no SOS, no lights, just nothing. It's just drifting with this extremely basic, like, there's a solid object here, warning, like, be aware.
Now I have a question. Did the little SOS ship, beacon, the identifying beacon, did it say "Do not stab"?
Yes.
Because okay,
Yeah,
that had
it
to
does
be very
say-
clearly say "Do not stab."
Yeah.
Why are you looking at me?
Well, the stabber of ships? Like, why?
I have no point in this game have I stabbed anything yet.
Yet.
You have a reputation. All right. So, the...
I'm sorry. I
No,
don't
go.
mean to interrupt. I just have one more thing. Again, I had no idea what Jason had planned, so I am super happy that the name I chose for the ship was the Go for Broke, because it's exactly like the sort of thing that you would call the ship that is going to be a wild jump through this sphere as well.
Yep.
Saying you had no idea. It sounds pretty sus to me.
Well, we do share a brain, but
Yep.
There you go.
Yeah, we actually, Nick and I think alike on a lot of things. Boy, that was a sentence and a half. Okay. My life is just one run-on sentence. Crazy about commas.
I've never felt so like akin to you in that moment.
All right, I'm taking 5 stress for that.
You're
well,
like,
good.
"Oh,
You've got plenty to spare.
Now, I was re-listening to the episode, and Joey, I realized I didn't ask regarding Max's show,
Yes.
of which you are missing Final Tech tonight.
Yeah.
But whatever, you're going to be out here and you're going to head
It's
right
gonna
back
be
home.
fine. I'm not worried about it.
Is that because Max is off book?
Oh yeah, you did mention that, by the way.
Oh, did I? Oh,
yeah.
I forgot.
Huh? I don't believe you.
Okay. That question is particularly fun because Joey is an entertainer and theater person, and that question haunts him.
Only because I have to be the first person off book. If I'm not, then I failed.
Yep.
The rules I set for myself.
Yeah.
That seems like an unrealistic and very difficult standard to live up to.
I literally play a character in another show who writes their lines on their arm.
Oh, God.
Amazing. Like where the audience can see them?
Yeah, no, it's
Amazing.
I'll plug it at the end of this.
I love it. Okay, good. I want to hear more about that. Actually, that sounds really fun. Okay, so we have wound up bringing Satch's ship out here. The Brosnia?
The Brosnia.
Brosnia has come out. We attempted to dock. The Go for Broke's airlock system seemed mostly dead, and we were having trouble getting it up and running. You were finally able to create like a manual seal with your airlock against their door. We all went out in vac suits to try to jimmy the door open. It finally opened. The pressure change. Well, I guess you all were outside. You weren't in the tunnel.
Some physics thing happened, and
Yeah. Well, I mean, Irsa was drifting off into space.
No, she was hit against the other ship. I think that's what,
Yeah.
But it was like not touching anything and not
Yeah.
tied to anything, and it was
Okay.
enough of that. Also, science happened, and Ursa got hurt.
Yeah. Yep. Did I say I was going to roll new damage for your stress? Okay. All right. So let's say, oh God.
wait, you went from 1d8 to 2d6?
Yeah.
That seems...
Maybe 1d6.
All right.
I'm here for consequences, I guess.
All right. Nope. That's fair. Oh, that's a 1.
There we go. We like
Yeah.
that a
You
lot.
just-
I
went
saw
from-
the other roll.
All right. All right.
I'm
I like
okay.
that. I like that. There will be 2d6 stress moments.
Of course.
We'll cover that as we go on.
Wait, so was that stress or was that
Stress.
physical health?
Stress,
Okay.
because you were drifting. I think we have to establish that you were actually in the tunnel, right? So you weren't drifting off into the black, but it was enough to freak you out, which is probably why it should be 1d6 and not 2d6.
That's fine. Yeah, I don't know why I build these characters with like phobias because that's just really easy to be picked on.
Yeah.
No, but it's good. It gives you good
That's what
moments
my
to play
character
with.
would
Yeah.
do.
Right. And
So is it essentially the moment of when you lean back in a chair and you think you've leaned back too far and then you catch yourself?
yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
But
And
like in the possibility of drifting off forever and dying.
Sure. I had a conversation Oh, it might have just been with me. But I had a whole process of like, well, people grow up on the ring looking up into space because it's just open. I mean, you have to like hustle across to the next building, but like as kids, you all know, like you're just living in space. It's not unusual to just look up into the black. Like, why would you end up afraid of that? But like a bunch of people on Earth have thalassophobia, and 70% of our planet is covered with ocean. So it seems like you would be used to it. But of course, the ocean is dangerous, whether you're afraid of it or not, and so is space. And so certainly people would have different reactions to that. So that actually made sense to me. Fortunately, I had that very helpful conversation with whoever I was talking to.
You may have actually had that conversation with me because
okay.
I am incredibly not afraid of the ocean. I do not like the concept of open space in real life.
Yeah, okay, all right.
Can I give you a fun fact?
Oh, yeah.
We always talk about the 5 senses, but we have other senses.
Mm-hmm.
And one of those senses is the sense of gravity
Yeah.
and being attached to the earth. Do you know there are some people, unfortunately, who are born without that?
Oh.
Yeah.
Was that
so-
what vertigo is? Like
no,
having trouble with that?
No.
Oh, okay.
So like if they're on some ride or whatever where they feel like they're just going to keep floating.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah.
That's like
that would be
the
terrifying.
fun part of that ride is knowing that like this is a temporary scary
Right.
thing and then it's going to resolve. Oh no.
I know. It's very, very rare, but
Whoa.
yeah, I didn't know that was
Okay.
one of our senses, but it is actually a sense.
Okay, well that's a
Yeah.
nightmare. Yeah, thank
Yeah.
you. Yeah.
There
I'm
you
actually
go.
glad to know that.
Have some nightmare fuel for
Yeah,
today.
that's
Yeah.
delicious. Okay, so that's where we left off. The door was finally jimmied open. A pressure difference threw a loading dolly out the door. The 2 people in front ducked out of the way because they saw it coming, and Ursa caught it with her face. Didn't really do
That was-
damage because
that
she's
was, kind of her.
yeah. She was
surprising no one.
You're in a vac suit. Vac suits have an armor rating. It was fine, but you got that like free fall panic moment, which earned you a little bit of stress.
I love it. We're having a good day.
Yeah.
It's been a great day so far.
Yeah.
We're going to finish this. We're going to go home and we're going to get back to the show.
Yeah.
Everything's going to be fine.
Now, the first thing I wanted to add before we go through this door, and it's up to you. I want the players to be super clear because your characters may not totally get the ramifications of this, but like this is going to be one of the most famous finds in the last 400 years, right? Like this is a lost artifact of humanity, just assumed lost to sea, or maybe they made a settlement somewhere and we'll just never hear from them because they're just thousands of light years away and they don't have a jump sphere. And all right, well, they all volunteered to go, right? Like this was a group of explorers. And so telling anybody that this ship is here will not be a quiet thing. Okay? So the players should all know that. I want you to decide how your character interacts with that. It's not like it's pretty easy to assume your character would know that, just like in their gut, like as you're, like I don't think it maybe even sunk in until this door popped open and it's dark in there, but you can see this like go for broke stencil just inside because it would be right there when you go in the airlock, and maybe that moment of like, I just stepped into a history book.
Yeah.
And I will be famous for finding it. That is good or bad, right? Depending on how your character feels about it and how they report it and what you end up doing with this. But that context should be available to you as players to decide how to interact with it.
So you're saying Matt should hit the record button on his HUD.
I assume you already were.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Full audio. Let's go.
Is it bad that the only thing I can think of is Geraldo Rivera and the
That's-
Al Capone's vault?
Yeah. Now,
Oh,
This
that's
isn't
hysterical.
live, so if it turns out to be nothing, no one has to know.
yep.
Very true.
And we're going to open another wall. Nothing. And we're going to come back and we'll open another wall. Nothing.
I'm sitting here like, this thing is probably full of dead bodies. That's the one thing in my brain right now.
Yeah.
Well,
For Ursa or you?
both of us at this
Okay,
point. Well,
okay.
actually, Ursa's still probably like, I almost died twice today.
How many times has Ursa checked her? Because you did get hit in the face with
Yeah.
a metal thing. Have you checked your mask multiple times?
multiple times.
Yeah.
Just like nothing's lighting up, everything's fine.
Yep.
We're fine. I'm still breathing. I haven't exploded. We're good.
Yeah. I think
Yeah.
there's this memory of like the mask seal went yellow for a moment in your heads-up display, and then it went
Yeah.
back to green. You're like, is it really green or is the sensor broken?
Oh God, yes, that. I love this. I love anxiety.
Was that my hair that just brushed, or was that a leak?
Yeah.
A little bit of.
A little puff of air? No?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's fine. The suit says it's fine. Everything's green.
I guess I'll die.
Quick thing before we get started: skills.
Yes. Okay. So we did skip one step in Traveler character generation that I really like. And that was for us to decide on a skills package. We voted offline and decided on the criminal skill package. And so what I want to do is make sure everyone, it says go round robin, but we all have a bunch of these skills already. So I want to make sure we find 2 skills for everyone because there's exactly 8. So does everyone have the list in front of them?
No, but I can
No.
pull it up on my phone, I think.
I could also just read them off and you make a little dot on your character sheet and then we can decide from there.
That's probably
Yeah.
easier.
That's
okay.
fine.
All right. So the options
That'll
are...
also inform everyone listening and watching what
excellent
this
point.
skill package
Excellent
is.
point. So the criminal skill package, by the way, these will all put a skill at 1. So if the skill is already 1 or higher, that's not useful to you. So don't take that. And we're going to try to find 2 skills for everyone that aren't already at 1. All right? Coming from nothing is the most value, but even coming from 0 is something. Okay? So these include, this is not alphabetical.
That's a nightmare.
I am going to alphabetize as we go. Broker. Deception. Deception. Electronics. Medic. Persuade. Pilot.
Pilot. Does it
Just
specify?
general.
Okay.
Which, if somebody already has that and wants to sort it out, we could turn it into a what's it called? Specialization. Pilot, stealth, and streetwise, and hopefully that's 8.
Well, 6 of those are all open for me.
Okay.
And 6 of those are already taken for me, so...
Okay.
Wait, all
so
6 are taken for you?
No,
of
almost.
the 8.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
7 of those are open for me. I only
Okay.
have 1 where it's maxed out.
And what about Ursa?
I wasn't paying attention when we did this. 1, 2, 3, 4 of them are open for me, I think.
Okay, so Max, let's start with you. Only 2 or 3 are open.
I have 1, 2, 3... I have 4 open.
Okay, so let's start with Max and Ursa since you have the fewest options.
Okay.
And then but also make sure we don't like pick the one that you were super hoping to get. But let's make a deal.
Sure.
So Max, of those 4, which 2 are singing to you?
Broker, I think, makes sense if that works with the rest of the table, if no one else is really going for it.
Yeah, I was kind of between you and Satch on that one because we know Satch is from the wheeling and dealing docks. But I don't know, Satch, did you see yourself as brokering at all, or is that not really your vibe?
I don't really think it's my vibe.
Yeah,
I mean,
fair
I think
enough.
it goes directly to Max.
Okay.
And I think because he has been doing a bit of this double life moment, living as Max Ego and Trey Butch, I think
Wait, I forget. How does Stray Butch sound?
we'll have to find out, because let's see if I can recreate it. God, I can. I was thinking either stealth.
Or is that deception? Or do you
I
already
already
have
have deception.
Yeah, I
That's-
figured. And you have persuade, I'm sure.
Yeah, I have deception, persuade, electronics,
Oh.
and
Actually, one I was going to suggest, unless anyone else was super hoping to get medic, I know Cece has medic already.
I kind of wanted it.
Oh, because you're fighting.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I was mainly thinking about, like, chlamydia.
oh, sure.
That took me way by surprise. Would you like
Usually
medic?
does. No, I have other options. Please
Okay,
take medic.
so let's put you down for medic.
Okay.
I think that's a good fit. Now, back to Max.
yeah,
I
I was thinking maybe stealth or
Oh, because you've been sneaking around.
Right.
Is anyone else hoping to get stealth?
I'm
That's,
okay.
that's fine.
Yeah?
okay. I'll take stealth.
Okay.
That makes my life easy.
All right, now let's get Yrsa. You're taking medic, and what else are you liking here?
Unless somebody else wanted medic. I know you already have it. And does Satch have it already, or?
I do not. I was thinking about it, but I think it makes more sense for you to take it.
Okay. Part of me, I'm looking at the ones I have. The ones available to me are deception, electronics, and that's it.
Pilot?
I can pilot. I can also boost like stealth to 1, but you already took it. Never mind. So
I honestly, I don't see pilot being your
don't
jam
see
since
pilot
you're already
being my character's
about
jam.
that.
No, nor electronics.
But-
It doesn't seem like
I
the right.
think. So I was gonna say I would. Yeah, none of them feel perfect, but deception is fine because we are from Tivoli.
Yeah, you've
Yeah.
had a. Unless anyone else was hoping to get deception, no?
I think
Yeah.
both of us are pretty straightforward characters.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense
What's
to me.
that like?
All right. So, with the skills left over, what are we looking at over here? Michelle, what's a first choice for CC?
Probably electronics because
I
it
knew we were going to have
kind of
to.
goes hand in hand. But no, I mean you're a pilot too, so I could take a pilot if you want electronics.
Maybe that's some good backup. It's like backup pilot, backup electronics, because you two work together a bunch. How's
Yeah.
that feel?
I'll also say that
I'm good
one
with
of these is pilot small craft and one of these is pilot spacecraft, and we are taking a whole ass
Oh.
ship home.
Yeah, that's true. So, when you take pilot, it actually puts all the pilot at 0, and then you pick your specialization. So both pilots go to 0 if you have pilot, whichever one you picked, the other is at 0.
Okay.
Okay, so we're going with that.
Well, I don't know. I was confused. So, did you want electronics?
Yeah, if I can take electronics and you take pilot.
Okay.
That's great.
So, which pilot do I take?
So all of the pilot will be at 0. You don't have any of them, right?
Oh no.
Okay, so you put all of them at 0 and then pick one that you think you've done more of to put at 1.
What's the Barovia or
The Brosnia?
Brosnia, Barovia. That's a slip. What's the Brosnia?
The ship is old, but I wouldn't call it ancient.
Okay, but space curse of straw.
Ooh, I'm going to run that Spelljammer now.
Yeah.
Is that just Jason X?
So
So is it a small
Afterwards,
craft
I'll
or
tell you about
space
that.
the
craft?
Brosnia is a small craft?
Is considered a small craft, yes.
Yeah. This ship we're about to walk onto is a spacecraft,
Right.
for sure. The
So-
Brosnia is like right at the edge of what we would consider spacecraft.
More than likely, I would take the one though in small craft because, if I'm being honest, because I probably would have practiced on it.
Sure.
Yeah.
And it's also, but I mean, around the garage, you would need to okay, let's move this one out to the
Yeah.
other bay so we can move this thing. You know, mechanics have to move the ships around sometimes, and they know you can do it safely. So
Right.
Okay, that seems good. So that
you're
just
taking
leaves.
electronics.
That leaves broker.
Nope. Mine's
No.
a broker.
Streetwise.
It's Streetwise and Persuade.
Streetwise and Persuade.
I have Streetwise at 0.
I already have it at 1.
Streetwise?
Yeah.
Okay, then I'll take it.
And you don't have Persuade
I
yet.
do not have Persuade.
Okay, great. I do like. I mean, you're coming out of the docks. It is just like a natural, fast-talking environment. Even though your Soch is low, you still know what fast-talking sounds like, and
Right.
can sort of mimic that for yourself. So, yeah. Does this all feel right?
Yeah, I think
Okay.
so.
Bunch of free skills. What's not to like? Okay, cool. So we have accomplished that. We did it. All right, good game,
Yay.
everyone.
Hey.
Hey!
Just kidding.
Thank you for joining us
No.
on Happy to
Don't leave. Wait. Don't leave me.
All done earlier than usual.
Wow.
Okay, so I just want to add to the spreadsheet here. Clara, which did you take?
I took. No,
Medic.
I erased things. Medic and deception.
Deception. Okay, Joey.
Broker and stealth.
Okay, we're getting shady. Okay, and Michelle?
pilot. Small craft is my one, and streetwise.
Up to 1. Yeah. Okay. Great. And Nick.
Electronics and persuade.
Well, without meaning to, I almost put us in the right in like table order in the spreadsheet. I'm gonna have to fix that. Okay. So you took mechanic.
Who?
No. What'd you take?
Electronics.
Oh, electronics. This is the same thing.
I was like, huh?
Electronics and persuade. That's fun. I like all of that. All right. So, we have cracked the seal. You've walked into this hallway, and it's just darkness. The only light, your helmet lights all come on. It's I'd say dusty's the wrong word. It's not dusty.
Modi?
Yeah, there are
Musty?
Yeah,
Is that the one you're looking for?
Well, no, because that's a smell, I think. It's not like there's hundreds of years of dust, because it's not like it's an artificial atmosphere, right?
Yeah.
It's not like you've got.
And there was no dust coming in other than
Right.
once people left.
Right.
Of course, 400 years, if there were bodies, there.
Did people leave? We're still waiting to find out.
Well,
They,
you tell
they
me.
might have turned partially to dust. at
You're
least.
roughly amidships, where this airlock, the first airlock that you found that you could kind of interface with. Does that sound right, or were you thinking something
No,
else?
I think that's right.
Okay. And you have indications of the bridge is to the right, and I think it would say cryo to the left. Now, this is a big ship. It's probably... how big do we say the Brosny is? Like nose to tail? Okay. But like...
Yeah, I could
smaller
maybe
than
find
a
the dock.
football
but,
field, or...
smaller than a football field, I'm pretty sure, yes.
Yeah, okay. Because I'm picturing the Go for Broke as like 300 meters. You know, like it's a
Huge.
great big rocket ship, and it's more kind of like, rather than like a big like a football, it's more sleek and long and yep.
Did we hop off the ship and on or the Brosnia onto Go for Broke with like supplies?
I assume, yeah.
Okay, cool.
And when I brought my video camera.
Is there something specific you want to make sure Irsa has on her?
A med kit.
Oh yeah, I would assume.
Not that it'll help people 400 years dead, but like
I assume both of you have med
Yeah.
kits for
Yeah.
yourselves.
Yeah.
Like that's fine.
a
yeah.
med kit and maybe like a wrench.
Yeah, like you
I
basic
assume
tools.
for us.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
and
bought the
so,
mechanics kit.
Yeah. Great.
Cool.
Yeah, that's fine. And I'm not the GM is going to be like, oh, you didn't list that as you were going in, so
I have 500 feet of rope.
yeah.
I just
I
travel with
do
it.
have infinite rope. I spent
That
money
thing was
on
so
that.
cool.
that
It was really
Oh,
cool.
the liquid rope.
Yeah.
The liquid rope is so
Yeah,
cool.
that shit's cool. I
just-
love that.
I own a lot of weapons.
Me too. But I also have tools. And a really, really nice vac suit.
Okay.
If there's no objections, I'm probably going to head towards cryo.
Yeah, let's split up.
I'm getting Dead Space vibes, and also I'm a bad person to all my characters, so I would like to split the party, please.
Did anyone play the Bethesda game Prey? Prey?
I remember. I didn't play it, but I've watched
I've
people
watched
play
people
it.
play it. I'm a trash human who
I-
likes to suffer, apparently.
Really, like I don't watch horror films. I really enjoyed playing that game.
Yeah.
It was very frightening, and I
Yeah.
had to like, I would play before dinner and then not. Like this is my late afternoon game, not my nighttime game. It was so scary. Anyway, unrelated. Where do y'all want to go?
I'm going to head towards the bridge because I want to try and get the telemetry
Yeah.
and the readouts and see
Yeah,
what's going
I'm
on.
also going to head towards the bridge. It makes the most sense. If there is anybody in cryo, we can't really do anything about it until, the systems come back online.
It'd be good to know they're there, that's all.
I'll go with you because if cryo is still working, it would be good to have an engineer there to kind of.
Both med kits are going in the same direction.
Yeah.
Well, isn't that a great idea? I mean, splitting the party.
Yeah.
That's standard practice, right?
yeah.
It's much
Yeah.
more
Party.
efficient.
I've seen many
Yeah.
horror films, and the two women, the blonde and like the cute sweet one, should definitely leave together.
And both of them take all the first aid.
Yeah, we're gonna
Yeah.
take all
Yeah.
the first aid.
That's best practices right there.
Yeah, right there.
Yeah.
But also, I think that it gets CC'd towards the engines. If the bridge is this way, the engines are that way.
True.
So I think it makes sense.
What could go wrong?
It's a ship that's been abandoned for 400 years. It's perfectly safe.
Yeah, anything on there's long dead.
You know what? It's probably okay.
It's hard to imagine it being otherwise. I'm fine. So, Cece and Ursa are headed towards Cryo. What are you two doing? You want to head to the bridge still?
Yep, I'm heading to
Awesome.
the bridge.
Where are you going?
Here's his dilemma. The bridge makes the most sense, but the most newsworthy thing would probably be in Cryo.
Right. Now,
Can we just solve this as a in-game action?
yeah,
Yeah.
let's have a conversation about it. Yeah. Everyone's kind of into, like, Ursa and Cece are like, oh, cool, great. Oh, wait, we're not all going? And so let's pick up from there.
Do you want to take
Or-
a med kit with you?
Or if you all want to leave me and I'll go to the bridge, I'm perfectly
I'm
fine
very
with that.
uncomfortable
on the
leaving
meta-
you.
on the
Yeah,
meta.
I don't think it's good sending anyone by themselves anywhere. I mean, it's a big ship. You could get lost.
But I think it would be easy for, like, we're sort of looking and debating, and Satch says, come, I need your help with sensors. The electronics. If you do that while I look at the other telemetry, we can have the job.
We have comms. We'll be within range. We'll check in. Don't do anything stupid.
I'd never. Out here.
I can't get to my itemized list. It's in my actual pockets, but
Your suit has pockets.
Look,
Yeah,
I'm
but
not
then
going
I
to do
will
anything to endanger myself. I have a show.
okay. Yeah.
Hello?
Yes.
I've never
And
seen you harm yourself for a show before.
Listen.
also, drop rats in particular would be it'd be pretty ingrained. The buddy system of like spacewalk is still the like number one rule of it's astronauts today and in the future. I think there's like the consequences of something going wrong are just so dire that it's
Don't do anything cool until I get there.
Yeah, we'll wait for you.
If there
I
is
give her
if
so
there is
much.
discovery, then they will find it and set it up, just like all reality shows. And then you can walk in and be like, oh, it is amazing.
Yeah, but reality is so unreal now. I'm going for like found footage.
all right. So this corridor is.
Don't you have to be dead for footage to be found?
Not if I bring it.
Then
That's-
it is not found. It was
It's just
with
shitty
you.
footage you took.
It's just footage. All right, so this corridor is an even octagonal shape. Octagonal. And it has like handles all over. There isn't really like. I mean, there's kind of one of the surfaces is kind of the floor for when it was docked near gravity. But it is not under under thrust right now, so there's no gravity. And also, if it was, the thing that looks most like the floor would not be the direction of gravity, right? Like the corridors are going along the length of the ship, and you would be forced backwards. So that's probably not how it worked. Whatever. So it's up to you whether you want to be magnetized or using handholds to just scoot along. You're all adept in 0G, I think, so that it wouldn't surprise me if you just want to scoot along that way. And again, moving a little quicker could be risky. You never know. It's probably fine.
I spent a lot of money on this vac suit and these magnetic boots, and I'm going to use these magnetic boots.
Okay. It's a bit of a walk is all. So it's, you're going to take some time to get to the bridge that way.
I just think with it being so dark and whatever, it would probably be safer to use the mag boots.
Sure would.
Oh, I was the opposite. I was like, once we get our equilibrium, floating may be faster and also less likely to grab something scary.
Well, what are the chances that Irsa had stepped out in front of CC and you're like, cool, time to go. Click, and you're like, wait, what? We're not doing that?
No, I think Irsa's very fond of the buddy system too. So she would, if Cece wants to walk, we'll walk. That's
Yeah, I just think if there's
Full stop.
anything floating around that wasn't secured and we don't see it,
good point.
yeah.
Yeah, we'll walk.
Okay.
Yeah, and I think Max is going to walk, if for no other reason, to get a clear shot of everything.
Yeah, I mean, you have image stabilization, so...
Well, yeah, but, spinning in 0G is going to make some people maybe a little motion
Oh,
sick.
yeah, okay. Fair enough.
I'm concerned about my fans, Jason.
It's a smoother shot though. If you're floating.
Seriously, it's like the ultimate,
Yeah, it's a
the
dolly
ultimate
shot.
dolly.
Yep. Just have Satch, just passing down the tube. It's a perfect spiral.
No, remember, I'm going for the rough,
Yeah.
rough footage, not the found footage. The rough footage.
Right,
That's
right,
what I
right.
said.
Okay. Right. Okay, so we're headed towards the bridge. It's going to take, probably 20 minutes at mag boot speed. So,
Well, but okay, so he's also getting B-roll,
Yep.
and we can kind of take a look. As we go through the ship, I want to be on the lookout for are there claw marks? Does it look like there was a struggle? Are there scorch marks?
why
Are
would
there
there be
things?
claw marks?
I don't know, but this is your game, so I'm just saying in
How
general.
dare you?
So the robots have claws.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, I want to know, what is Satch's mind looking for? What does he think could be here? Because now, for the record, also I wanted to establish, I think we'd said this before, that humanity has discovered some alien flora and fauna. I think we'd established that, but no intelligent life, right? And it's all even the fauna we found, not even at dog level, right? It's like reptiles. It's kind of that type of thing. So, yeah, that's. So, and what I mean is, there have been no giant alien monsters found
Right.
anywhere. So, that's
Yet.
it's
Yet.
still fiction
Yet.
in character.
So yeah, I don't think I was exaggerating with giant claw marks,
Yeah, sure.
but I think Satch is looking for any signs of a struggle. Does it look like there might have been some sort of a power play that happened? Because I know in the historical documents there's always one group against the other, and they plot. And there's machinations, and
Yeah.
then someone gets killed, and
Sure
there's
is.
some laser stuffs. So he's looking out for anything like that, but also things that are system problems. Are there panels that have been pulled off? Is there anything, are there wires hanging? Is there anything that would prevent this ship from running if it had power?
Okay. Well, Satch, why don't you go ahead and roll recon for me?
Excellent.
Recon plus intellect, I think, in this case.
Okay.
Because you're actually taking time to look for something. This isn't like a... Oh, no, this would be recon. I'm actually going to add your education instead, but I think it's the same number for you either way, so...
Yes.
Yeah. Because you're actually basing this on, your understanding of ships and structure and all that.
That looks like 8. So
Okay, so a 7 to 8 is an 8 minus is the miss in this game. So now there has to be a result with that. I think the amount of time you spend looking around, and you're mainly just tromping ahead trying to get footage.
Yeah,
And you
kinda
probably
keeping-
don't want Satch in your camera, so you were going forward anyway.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
And also kind of looking for anything that even I don't understand what it looks like. If it looks cool, if it looks like it could be expensive or belong to royalty, or the big tabloidy type situation with things. That's where I'm kind of focusing on. And,
I'm gonna. Oh no.
oh, good. I love
just
when he
loo-
says that.
I just looked at your numbers.
do it.
Max, will you roll investigate, please?
Why?
Investigate plus your. I'm going to go intellect because this is kind of a gut check. So it's just a total of -3.
Right. Yeah, that's what I thought you'd say.
And I need to have these two rolls together before I decide the actual final destination.
That's a 7. I got a 10 on the dice.
Outstanding. That's an 8 minus result.
Been
okay.
so good.
So, Satch, you see something with a little floor panel that gets your attention. You're like, "What is that? A scrape? Is it a scuff? Did something just roll by it? When it was under gravity?" And so you're taking a minute to look at this.
Yeah, I get down on my knees to get a closer look.
Okay. Yeah. And
You're welcome.
and when you would you like reach out to it, or like what's your kind of
Well,
take on that?
like I need a little bit more information about what it looks like. Does it look like a panel got popped off, or does it look like I can't tell if it's a scuff or if
There's
it's
some
a
kind
hole.
of like scrape with. When I say like a black mark on it, it's not like like a burn, but it's like if maybe a rubber wheel hit, or like a tread, shoe tread, or like something hit this hard enough to score the metal and leave a black, like, it's just probably made that noise when it happened. And so it is like a panel that could be removed. The panel is not really bent, it's just scraped and with this like residue on it.
I think I would Satch would just look at it, but if the residue looks like it would have been something like a wheel or something like
Sure.
that,
Yeah.
there'd be no reason for him to touch it or probe it or anything like that. But just like look at it. I think this is what he would do. He would look at it and then scan along the hallway to see if there was another thing like that, and scan along the other side, because sometimes you hit one side and overcorrect, or anything like that. So, but I can say I'm on my knees, on my hands and knees, looking at it, and then scanning up the hallway on both sides.
All right.
So
And
whatever's going to drop from the roof, perfect target.
Max,
Yeah.
you're getting this great footage, and is it safe to say Max maybe isn't paying the closest attention to what the signs say?
No, I think he is paying pretty close attention in case something says like staterooms or like VIP lounge or art gallery. Important things you have on a ship like this.
Sure. Okay.
The first ship that was sent through a wild jump, yes, we brought the
art
entire
gallery.
tea set, the
Now,
Imperial tea set.
historically, what we know so far is that it was a minimalist pack, right? Like they brought a seed bank in case they could actually make landfall somewhere, and printers to make, like, they could make more medical supplies if they needed it, but they tried to plan for as many contingencies as they could, but every contingency was a different emergency, and there were no luxury accommodations on board.
So I have a question at this level of tech that this ship was sent out of.
Yeah.
Was there like cloning technology or rapid cloning technology?
Yeah,
Or
I
is
mean,
that not-
I think like cloning has been around for a while, probably.
Okay.
But mainly it's to the extent of like rich people bank some important organs.
Right.
But I don't think we.
Well, in this context, what I was thinking of is, like, do they have a seed bank? Do they have a frozen animal embryo bank
yeah.
or
I'm
frozen
sure that,
DNA,
yes, they definitely did.
stasis DNA bank?
Yeah, in case they have the opportunity to raise cattle or something, right?
A seed bank would be very valuable in the forge because most stuff is grown in rise.
Yep.
And yeah.
It would be, especially if they did have, like, the mechanism to extract and use the seed bank is probably like even too technical for the forge to have like you would need specialized parts that are too hard to print, and Rise isn't going to sell them to you.
Right.
So yeah, like doubly so. It would be extremely valuable to the forge. Also, you could have cows, but that's probably not convenient.
Yeah, no. Not enough grass.
Yeah, but
or hay.
I was thinking of the forge and the Port Authority having like these secret gardens like spread out through these areas.
Yep.
We would have to.
Yep.
Exactly.
But, hydroponic gardening is not out of the question.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, totally doable. So, I'm gonna say that Max, you've been exploring, watching for the corridors, and you see, there's bridge, but at some point, like, there was an indicator for bridge in both directions. Is there just to like go the first way that you go, or because like you're following along and this other corridor looks like it's not a perfect 90 degrees, it's like maybe a 75 degree mostly the direction you were going in, but off to the left a little bit.
Okay.
But otherwise, the wall on your right is the bulkhead, right? So there's space on your right. There aren't going to be any corridors that way because this is the way you came in. That's where the ship is parked and all that. So anything that opens is going to be on your left, or possibly up or down, depending on the octagonal surface that wherever this thing goes, because we're not all in one 2 dimensions here. So Max seems like the type to just pick one and keep going.
Oh no, there's definitely a RNG moment.
Okay.
In his HUD.
Okay.
So we're gonna do it. Evens go right, odds go left. We're going left,
Excellent.
and that's a 1.
Okay, that is the least logical choice. So I'm gonna take a classic PBTA move, separate them. Max, you look up and realize at some point, like, oh, Satch is not with me, and I don't know where he is. Satch, you inspect this thing and go like, it's just a scuff, whatever.
Right. I stand up and I look around for Max, and Max is gone.
Nowhere to be seen.
Do you want to let the tension build in that moment and check in on your other people? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yep. Irsa, as you two are walking, will you roll recon for me, please?
I don't have recon.
Uh-oh.
Wait, do I?
Recon plus intellect.
Please why would you do that to me?
Uh-huh.
It's just a perception roll.
I know why. I just... so I'll be rolling that at a -3.
Oopsie.
Yeah, and that's a 7, so that's a 4.
Okay. So, it really seems like, the noise that, like, if you open a mic, but you don't say anything into it, you just have that, like, open comm. Mm-hmm. It really seems like your comm went on like someone was about to talk, and then nothing. And then you're not 100% sure that it's closed. Like, am I just used to the noise now, or?
I
no.
bet it's like really fucking quiet too.
Yeah.
In a way that like Rise is never quiet.
Yeah.
Sorry, not
Yeah.
Rise.
All you can hear is
Draupnir's
the
never
clank, clunk, clank,
Yeah.
clunk of your boots, right? And
like,
that
breathing.
you hear through the vibrations of your feet, right? So it's also this like remote, echoey sound through your bones.
Yeah.
Right? So, the idea that the channel would open, no one says anything, how upsetting would that be?
Incredible. Actually, we've been in scary situations before. If she heard the channel open but didn't hear anything, she would pop in. She would open the channel again. And did someone up? What's up?
So,
copy?
Max and Satch, you guys don't hear this.
Okay.
All right?
I figured
but
as
Cece,
much.
you're right there with her. And
Yeah.
she's like,
So did you say something?
No. Are you okay?
Yeah, no. I thought I heard someone hop on. Maybe not.
Okay. Could your comms be malfunctioning?
I don't want them to.
I didn't say you wanted them to. I'm just asking.
There's nothing saying nothing said is indicating there's anything wrong in my HUD. I'm sure it's fine. I'm a little jumpy.
all right, Irsa, I need you to roll a stress d6. Now it's up to you how
a
much you
4.
lose. Okay, so 4 more stress.
Yikes.
Wow.
I'm at 15.
Okay.
Yikes.
I started at 20.
Yep.
Let's have
But-
a combat monster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you're not at minuses yet.
Yeah, I'm not at minuses. And to be fair, I have a 12 in strength, so it'll take 2 more, or it'll take -2
Yeah.
to put me at 0.
Yeah, to really offset your combat
Yeah.
abilities. Yeah. Yeah.
But a really terrified pit bull is,
Uh-huh.
never a problem for anyone. I've never heard of that being a problem.
Okay, so Cece, what's your take on this situation? Like, that was kind of a weird thing to ask, and you didn't hear until she clicked on and asked a
Right.
question.
I think Cece, being very practical minded, is thinking, well, she did take a couple hits in the helmet. So the comms could have been
Okay.
Not her. No.
Okay,
Not her
okay.
physically. That the comms, something could have happened that's making the comms malfunction in her helmet.
I'm gonna have to look up the stats for the repeated head injury.
I go, Irsa, why don't you run a quick diagnostic on your comms?
Can I?
You just have to turn them off.
I hate you. Yeah, why not? Before we head
Yeah,
forward.
just turn them off and back on again.
All right.
It's going to be fine.
I'm gonna turn my comms off and turn them back on again.
Let's roll a
hate you.
luck 2d8.
2d8 for luck.
Yep.
Oh man.
Don't roll an 8 minus. That's all. There's
Well, I'm rolling at 0, not
there's no
negative
bonus.
3.
It's just 0. It's just 0.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. That's 15.
Oh, great.
Yay.
Okay.
Okay. I'm just lucky.
Yeah. All right. So your comm system powers down, and then right away starts coming back up, and you get the little text readout in the corner of your helmet HUD, and yeah, I mean it's not saying there was a problem, but it's seems a little clearer again, and you can hear CC just fine, and the guys haven't checked in, but
I don't think anything's wrong. At
Okay,
least
no,
not
I
here.
mean, if it booted back up right away, then it's fine. There may be, it may be something we can look at later when we're back on the ship, but, I think it's fine.
Yeah.
So 2 questions for Irsa. When's the last time she wore her vac suit?
The last time we went out with these guys, I think. Unless
So
they're,
6 months ago at that horrible almost died accident?
I mean, with the exception of running across.
You don't really need your vac suit
Yeah,
for
which
that.
you don't
can
need
just
it for.
put a
I
pressure
don't-
mask on.
Yeah, she's not the kind of person who goes out for shits and giggles. So
Is she the kind of person to download the regular updates and install them?
oh hell no, she definitely forgets.
Okay.
That's
So-
a CC thing. My vac suit lives with CC,
Yeah.
and she repaired it.
So, Cece, I need you to roll electronics plus intellect, because this isn't a education. This is do you notice this gut issue? Intellect is like a gut check. Education is your book learning, right? So,
I don't have electronics, so
what's your intellect?
my intellect is a +1.
Okay, so it's just a total of -2, and it's fine.
It's probably okay.
7, so yeah, no.
Okay.
5.
So my move is just that you don't see the thing, the version number of the software that comes up, because
Okay.
it's also in reverse when you look at her faceplate.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
this thing scrolls by the DOS window. You don't notice the version number, and it looks fine at a glance. She probably who doesn't run regular updates on the thing that your life depends on?
Yeah, I know.
I actually, now I'm thinking about it, because I think she would have updated it 6 months ago.
Yeah.
And that's it. She's not using it again. There's no need to think about it.
When you got it repaired, none that it needed to be repaired, but you came back from a life-threatening event, you get everything double-checked, done.
Yeah. They checked it. It's up to date as of 6 months ago, and nothing ever changes. No software is ever updated within 6 months.
Okay. Yeah.
I hate myself.
You don't have it set for automatic updates?
I leave it with you.
Well, if it's turned off for 6
Yeah.
months,
Yeah,
Powered
true.
down.
yeah.
It's no, it's fine.
All right, I like it. I'm delighted right now.
Care and keeping of your vac suits,
Yep.
Irsa.
Yep. Oh God, what a video! I'm now picturing Irsa turning the chair around, so you didn't update your vac suit.
It's like Max is like, come on, it'll be really cool. She's like, you take this thing, and then, and then I guess you plug it in to get the update.
Okay, so
Camera just pans over and it's just crumpled on the floor in the corner. It's been kicked over and
Don't let this happen to you.
yeah. So when that's done, the two of you, are you just two? There is enough room to rock side by side.
Yeah, we're.
But is one of you in the lead, or
I honestly think, in spite of everything, Irsa still probably would put CC behind her.
okay?
Not
that
directly,
okay with-
but a shoulder ahead.
Yeah, I mean, but I would be able to
Yeah.
Oh, sure.
Reach,
I mean, that's part of the
Yeah.
buddy system anyway. You should be in arm's length.
Yeah, there's
if you're
definitely...
not in free fall.
Yeah, and that's why, like, when she caught the calm thing happened, she actually stopped, and there's like, why did you stop? Yeah,
Okay. All right.
this is fine.
So now, Cece, I'm going to have you roll recon plus intellect.
Liking that recon roll today, aren't we?
Yeah, that's
Yeah, it's weird that we would need a perception check in a situation like this.
That's why I was super happy to get recon. Like I took it from 0 to 1.
Uh-huh.
no.
Oh, dear.
No. 5.
Okay.
Because I don't have recon either.
Okay.
Just doing all the rolls I don't have
Almost
tonight.
like we're not built for this. I love it.
Well, it's not that you're not, but I mean, like, it's just a derelict ship.
Yeah, again, what could go wrong? I'm gonna punch a ghost.
Look, if the worst happens, we've streamlined how the character creation process goes. So we actually know what the rules we're playing by are now.
Yeah.
So it's fine.
I love this. I love this for all of us.
Of course, the next characters are going to find your ship attached to this ship.
Yeah. We keep dying till it's just
This
connects all the way back to the drop.
station. It's gonna be its own station of derelict ships. I hide behind the pile of dead bards.
What's that from?
It's for the gamers.
Oh, I still haven't seen it. Okay. Well, I'm just double checking our lines and veils document real quick.
Oh.
Cece's cousin Gigi comes over.
right? I'm always thinking about, like, if my character dies, I don't want to make a new one. I like this one. I pack bonded.
Okay.
So I'll just then start playing Trey Butch.
We can't kill Joey.
He's the
Just
voice of the
doubles a threat.
station.
Yeah. Okay.
And I'll play Seamus McBabanoff. No.
Well timed. Well timed. You distracted us. Oh, okay. From the well-known O'Shaughnessy Balabanovs. All right. So, Cece, as you're going along, you're a little distracted. It feels like so. There's supposed to be a switch in your boots, like when you roll, heel, toe, the magnet like switches, and you can just smoothly take a step. And I think it's your mechanic's brain is like, there's a half-second delay in these fucking boots, and it's like, just like in the back of your mind the whole time. I'm like, I've got to update that. Like, I can't believe these are out of sync. And it's like your right foot is half a second, and the other foot is 3/4 of a second late of like when it's supposed to hit the switch. So I can't imagine anything being much more irritating to CC. Is it accurate?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're getting this boot lag that is distracting, we'll say. All right. So Satch, what do you do when you get up and you don't see your friend?
Max? Max, where are you?
There's no answer.
I run a diagnostic on my neural link.
That doesn't involve shutting it down, right?
Wouldn't think so.
Yeah. Okay. The diagnostic comes back green. Everything's operating. It is interfaced with your helmet OS, and your helmet OS seems to be like
Max
should be pinging.
It's not funny. I need help. Where are you? Where did you go? I look at things for 1 minute and you're gone.
Why are you looking at me? I'm not there, bro.
I know. I'm looking where you should be.
Oh.
I mean, there's only one corridor. He just went that way.
Whenever you're done doing whatever you're doing, come to the bridge. You know where I'll be. And I'm gonna keep walking down towards the bridge.
Yeah, your comm registers. I think you even have the like, what would you like the caption transcript, right, of like all your comm traffic. That's a pretty common thing to have. I think of like you can see it, like it is sending, right? Like your comm is sending. So he's just being a dick.
I don't know what. I know you're probably filming and do not want to have your voiceover in this section, so I will keep talking for a little bit in your ear just because I know it annoys you, because you not talking to me is also annoying me.
All right, so Max,
Yeah.
you've not heard any of this.
Not a bit.
And in this corridor that you're following, you find another branch that is continuing bridge. One says supplies and one says captain's quarters. Quarters goes up a little bit, like at a almost like 45 degree. It'd be pretty inconvenient in gravity, actually.
Yeah. You're a monster.
You went left.
I did go left. And of course, I'm going to take a quick peek at the captain's quarters.
And so, also like the way this comes off of the corridor, it's also in the direction of the bridge, right? So your best guess is like maybe the captain's quarters is right behind the bridge, which is pretty normal actually. So
Kind of similar to the Enterprise ready room.
yeah,
The captain's ready room.
yeah. So as far as like how far you've walked, your step counter is like, oh yeah, I'm getting my steps. It's like double counting the weird magnet boot steps. So chunk, 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 chunk,
Stupid watch.
yeah, you get them. So the quarter goes up. You haven't heard check-ins from anyone. It might occur to you to now you're taking a second turn. Maybe it's a good idea to check in.
Yeah, I mean, I think before he heads to the captain's quarters, he's going to try to reach out to Sachin. Hey, I found something I'm going to check out. It's on the way to the bridge. I'm going to be in the captain's quarters. You'll see it in the hallway to the bridge, because he's already forgotten there was a second hallway.
Yep.
So yeah, Satch.
No reply.
He gets on my case all the time when I don't reply back. This is absolute bullshit. I'm going to give him a piece of my mind when I see him, if I remember.
Satch, can you roll electronics plus intellect for me?
Absolutely. I would love to do that thing. 11, 12, that's it.
12. Okay. 13 plus is
I
the like
know.
super good one. But as you were continuing this, like, haha, I'm going to be annoying to you, Max, right?
Right.
You
You leave your suit here for me. I do the upgrades. I make sure the suit is fine,
Right.
and you never thank me.
Right.
You never do anything like that. So I hope that this is bleeding over into your
Yeah.
show, and I'm ruining every shot.
So your, the sensor suite in your helmet is like you start to pick up like you realize like it was always there. You just didn't notice that this was a weird reading, and you're also not pinging your ship, right? Like you would always have like constant access to your ship, and so that little like passive connection is red.
It's so constant. I am not even like looking at it all the
Right.
time because I know it always works and
Right.
happens. Okay.
But that is something that would indicate, like, you've got a pretty good idea that either you're not sending or not receiving or both, but, like, something is wrong with your comms. Even though your comms package says, like, nope, I am doing my job and I'm good at it. You've got Clippy the comms helper. Clicky?
Clicky. It's better than Kami.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, with Nick's accent.
Would you rename it?
Or Badgie.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. I think that this is out of the ordinary enough, and Satcheron salvage, that this would be an immediate red flag. Because if you are not communicating and there's a problem with that, that is a big, big problem.
Yeah.
So I do a 180 and start heading back towards the ship. And I think that this is a big enough emergency that I am going to release the mag boots and just pull myself along. Because I've lost contact with my buddy. I'm not getting... and of course I'm going to hit the general comm frequency and see if I can pick up CC and Ursa. And I'm going to assume that they don't respond.
They do not.
Right, okay. So I'm immediately trying to get back to the airlock and seeing if I can establish a connection when maybe the ship is made out of some weird thing that's blocking all the comms, something like that. But I'm just trying to get there as fast as I can.
Yeah. The history documents didn't say anything about them painting the inside with lead, but
It was a primitive time, though. It may have been primitive radiation shielding.
sure. So the you just go shooting back down the hallway. It takes no time at all. You're like, oh my god, I hardly went any distance. But when you get back to the airlock, you find it shut,
Of course I do.
and it shouldn't be because it's not powered, right? Like there's no way that it could close itself. But it also looks like it is shut and like a little bent.
You made fun of me when I was looking for claw marks. That's all I want to say. Mm-hmm. Okay.
You haven't found any yet.
I send
Yet.
I send it. Well, unless that was down on the floor. He even gave it to me. I send the digital handshake to release the lock.
There's no like the wireless signal that you're getting back is so weak that your suit won't agree to like do the handshake signal.
Okay. I'm going to try and manually open the door.
It is
And there is no atmosphere inside the ship.
correct.
Correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Before we freak out, we did have a bad roll attaching the airlock. So maybe it's just because Irsa sucks at attaching the airlock.
Right, but none of our characters know that.
Oh, I know. I'm telling this and no one in particular who would be worried about that.
Right. So yeah, I'm gonna, because even though it's an old system, I'm sure that there's a manual override to open the lock.
Yeah, there's a panel that like it has the universal symbol. Like if you get that panel open, it probably has some sort of like crank, and there's another like electronics panel like to service like if you wanted to access that instead. Like that should be able to create a hard connection to your ship because your ship is magnetized to this through a hard airlock.
I'll try that first. I'll try that first because we know that it responded somewhat to hailing from outside. So maybe if I ping my comm through my ship and back, people will be able to hear me.
Okay. Yeah, you get the electronics panel open, and when you get the right connector to, I don't know what, like maybe it's part of your glove, is like, yeah, I don't think this is a super unusual thing to need to access in space. And so your glove probably has a...
Yeah, it's a patch on the back.
Yeah, and you like pull a little wire out and get plugged into it. And you're now patched into the ship system, your ship systems, and they're up and running, and everything's like nominal. Like there's no warnings or alerts. The only alert it has is like lost contact with super user, and now has reestablished. Right, so that was the only thing that was like if anyone was on the bridge, they would be seeing this little blinking red light.
Okay.
But that's not like a critical failure state for the ship. It's just like, oh, I'm waiting to hear from super user.
I give a brief rundown of what we've found so that there's a log. So our next PCs will know what happened.
Okay.
But then if it still won't release the door, I'll go to the manual. I'm sorry. First, I'm going to try and send a call back to everyone. So I will send it through the ship and come ping to the ship and have the ship broadcast back to the Gopher Broke.
Okay. When you do that, you 30 feet from the ship that is broadcasting this, get this super scratchy, barely connected. I mean, you have the hardwired version, which sounds, you're getting ping back and forth with that, but you're probably also, let's make sure this is actually broadcasting, and you have both receivers on, and the radio receiver gets this like every third word of what you just sent, and you're right next to it.
This is not good.
Now, I would like you to roll electronics plus education. Oh, sorry, mechanics. Mechanics plus education.
Okay. 8, 9.
Okay. 9 is within the mid-range. So right away you can tell, you're sitting here like trying to futz with this stuff. And, when you're working on something like using your helmet HUD, you're looking at that instead of the thing in front of you. And, as you're doing that, and then you start listening and your vision like focuses a little further out because you're not looking at the HUD anymore because you can't read and listen at the same time. You're now like, this far from this airlock that had shut, and like the metal looks bent and warped. Like in a way that you couldn't have opened it to get in here if it was that shape.
Okay. Does it look like a heat or stress warp, or does it look like a force warp? I'm not. Satch isn't assuming that something horrible has happened, but like the way that metal would bend and be buckled would be different if you had like a mech suit that pressed things in, or whether like it got hit by a big gamma burst, or like the ship
Yeah.
That. So can I tell you
it's a fair question. If you'd gotten the 13 plus, I'd give it to you for free.
Okay.
Now, if you want to make an engineering roll, I'm open to that. But a 6 minus will still have or 8 minus. Sorry, I'm so used to saying that.
Right.
Will still have a dire result. So you're putting yourself at risk making the roll. It's your option if you want to like really put your engineering brain to work.
I don't think that that's his bag.
Yeah.
And so
Material science.
I'm going to assume that the manual crank is not working here as well.
You pop it open, just give it a couple pulls, and it goes like 1/2 a pull, and then the gear hits the like warped, like the door goes like budges a little.
Right, like it's starting to engage, and then something's locked the gears.
Yeah, well, it's just the door is bent. Like it can't go into the housing.
Okay.
Because it's physically warped. So the gear thing like is fine. It's not broken, or it's just like you can't pull this and make it go into the wall because it is the wrong shape.
Fit, right.
Yeah. And to be clear, it is like kind of
the round block.
Yeah. Goes in the square hole. The triangle block. That was so upsetting. That video.
Have you done this video?
Oh, okay. We'll watch it.
Beautiful.
Send it to you.
Yeah. Oh god, it was so upsetting. Okay, so the thing I'll give you for free is that it is like bent out, kind of.
Oh, good.
Right? Like, does that make you understand what I mean? Like, it's
We're trapped in here with it. Yes.
that's the way it warps.
Yeah.
There's no air pressure in here though, so that's weird.
This ultra pancake. We met pancake spirits. I apologize. That was a very inside baseball joke. That was from another game.
A non-broadcast game.
Right.
I love it.
Satch is cursing, started under his breath, and now it has risen into a full-on, not shouting at the top of his lungs because he wants to save oxygen, but it is very strident curse words.
And you're still wired into your ship, right? Like the wire connection. Yeah. So your ship keeps interrupting you. Like, I'm sorry, I don't understand the command. Like, wait.
Oh no, I think my ship understands this.
Okay.
I just want to remind everyone for when our next PCs show up, we should be scattering random audio clips as we go for us to pick up.
Yeah.
Just a reminder.
You'll know where they are because it's the only thing you can click on in the room.
Exactly,
So, yeah.
but make sure they're like these weird tiny things that like SD cards, so that like
A
they're
cassette tape while we're
Yeah,
at it.
cassette tapes. That's
So what you're saying is we're switching from this to 10 candles to find out how our characters die. We start the new session next week.
Wasn't my intention.
So yeah, I will. We also make sure that we scrawl things on the wall that are sometimes arrows pointing to puzzles and sometimes just random decorations.
For sure.
All right, so I'm going to cut away from that for
That's
a sec. Not ready to go back to Max. Okay, so Cece and Ursa, who have stayed together, you kind of clomp your way down the hall, and before long, just in, well, I don't know, like, how much casual conversation I mean, you could switch so you're not, like, bothering everyone on the channel, and I don't think you've tried to contact everyone yet, or no,
I
you did something.
and no one pinged back,
Yeah.
and that's not great. But also sometimes Max is dumb and Satch is Satch, and I don't always understand what he's doing, but he might have a reason for it,
Sure.
and he's smart enough to let us know if something's wrong.
Okay. And so I also want to add that both of you notice, just in your little, like, local channel, it is a little scratchy, which is weird, because you're 3 feet apart from each
Yeah.
other,
Yeah.
right? So
That's
that's,
fine.
so, you know,
Yeah, the Bluetooth should work that close, but
right.
still using Bluetooth.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, well, you are currently using your, like, local area connector versus full-on radio, because you
For
know,
sure.
private comms or whatever. So you're heading down the passageway, and you eventually get to one of those splits. It's also a 75 degree that kind of goes in towards the ship. For you all, the bulkhead's on your left. And the pathway forward, the sign changes to engineering, and then cryo is the one that turns in to the right. Is still heading towards the back of the ship-ish, but that's the turn that you find.
Which one do you want to check first?
I think checking cryo first would be smarter, because I don't want to turn. If we can get to engineering, we can maybe set up power, restore power. But that may mean that we wake up a bunch of people if they're by some miracle still here.
True.
So let's make sure there's nothing to wake up,
Okay.
she says, not realizing there may also be something awake on the ship.
I mean, what even would it be?
Who knows? We haven't seen aliens. But yeah, I think cryo first, just quickly.
Yeah.
It's probably not that far.
Okay.
Okay. Any sign from...
I haven't heard anything over the comms, which is weird. And I go, Satch? Satch, can you hear me?
I know, sometimes Max turns off his comms when
Oh,
he's
that's Max, but Satch wouldn't turn off his comms.
What is CC any level of super user on the Brosnia?
I think that CC definitely has user privileges, but not super
Okay.
user privileges.
Right. So, CC, when you're on the Brosnia, you would have a regular, like, ping cycle, right? And you have a little, like, indicator in your suit. And I think this is the first time you realize you don't have any connection with the Brosnia, and you're not that far from it. You're
Right.
like maybe at almost 100 yards, you know, because you're in the middle of the ship, and the whole ship is, let's say, 300. Let's just settle on that. It's 300 yards long. So 100 yards is nothing in space. That's
Yeah.
yeah. And
That's weird.
even like what she was saying to you just now was a little scratchy, which is pretty bizarre.
I don't know what is up with comms, and I'm wondering if we should head back.
Oh, but cryo's right in there.
I know. Clara wants to move forward.
But this is like not having ping, not hearing from anyone. Those are legitimate emergency states. So
that unfortunately for Clara the player, that would make her nervous enough to. You know what? We can turn back. Maybe we'll just meet them at the bridge, right?
Yeah, let's head back that way.
Yeah, that's
And
odd.
I think we can take off the mag boots and just get there. Well,
as you're discussing this,
yeah.
you hear a little bit scratchy, maybe digitized version of
I love lullabies from scratchy lullabies in space. This is great.
yeah.
If you want to do that, I'll be the scratchy part over.
Yeah,
You can get
it's
little
a
ASMR.
little scratchy and it's a little digitized, like a weird recording of somebody humming, which is like
Like
okay.
a
CC
MIDI.
literally out loud just goes,
yeah, like a little
"What
MIDI like.
the fuck?"
Max?
But you do both hear it at least, so...
Yeah.
Max?
We need to go.
Yeah.
We need to
Yeah,
go.
no, we're going.
Okay. So I'm going to undo my mag boots, start floating
Yeah, we're gonna
together. Yeah.
jet back.
Okay.
Well, the good news is the Bluetooth should start working, because if you're moving towards, then it's blue shifted.
Wow.
False.
You said it, and you have a face you make when you're ready.
I
You're
know.
gonna make a long pun,
I've been told that.
and it's this like, I know it's coming. I know it's
That's so
coming.
you
it's
can
gonna
prep for the
hurt.
long journey.
Yeah.
Okay, so when the two...
I used to always say, so what you mean is... or do you mean...
All right, so the two of you are making this decision to turn around, and you hear this, like, MIDI, kind of neither feminine nor masculine voice.
I want to do a stupid thing, but it's a thing that I do because I hate myself as a player. So we hear is there like a channel open that we hear that on?
Yeah, the channel that you two are speaking to each other on, you hear this voice that says, "You can't go, it's bedtime."
Oh, I don't like that it spoke to us first.
Look at her like,
You're up past
hell?
curfew.
There it is. Hello? The thing you do when you think that there's a guest there.
who is this?
Everybody back to your pods so we don't have a problem. And there's a little, like, sing-songy thing in the voice.
Oh, Clara knows what happened.
Somebody's up past their bedtime.
I just need to go to the bathroom before bed.
Well, don't dilly-dally, or you'll get demerits.
Okay.
We'll be fast. How fast can we run?
Okay.
Just sprinting back.
You're still at the door, right?
Ruh-roh raggy.
Yeah, like, because I was still doing all of the hustle stuff while
Okay.
while this was happening.
You can't 0G shoot side by side, so who's first?
Well, I was behind her, so I'm gonna guess.
Unfortunately, yeah.
Kick off first
Yeah.
and shoot down that way. Okay, so I'm going to have you go ahead and do... I forgot what I was going to roll for 0G stuff. Normally, I'm not going to make you all roll for 0G movement, but I think it's fair to say you two are freaked out a little bit.
Just a touch.
Is that accurate?
Yeah,
Just a touch.
that's fine.
Would it be
I'm going to
vexing?
just roll a d6 real
Sorry,
fast.
yeah, you both need to roll a d6
Oh, yeah.
for stress. Yeah.
That's another 4. It's fine. I'm at 11, which
4.
is almost half.
So you've lost... How many points have you lost?
8.
Okay, no minuses.
Wait, no,
yet.
hold on. Yeah, 8.
When you lose 10, you're at -1. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I just didn't. I usually write how much I lose to. I actually have lost 9.
Okay, well, you're right on the edge there. I was going to have you roll athletics, I think. Yeah. Athletics plus your best strength or dex. I don't mind. Either way.
So it's a -4 if we don't have
-3.
-3. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm fine.
What'd you get?
12.
12 is a medium success.
Oh, fuck, I forgot. It's not the 13. Wait. No, it's still a 12.
7. I rolled a 10, but then went the -3.
Perfect.
Yeah, it's great.
Did you have something? You said something.
No, I thought I could bump it. I can't, so it's
Okay.
a 12.
Okay. So, the 12 would have been fine, except Cece spun out in front of you, and the two of you wind up in a tangle, and, like, somebody's one mag boot activates, and the two of you are like, oh my god, like, there's a, like, serious panic moment, right? And
We
you
haven't
know...
separated.
You have not separated.
Quite the opposite, actually.
But there's like spinning, banging off the walls, a fair bit of stuff. but vac suits have enough kind of built-in armor that I'm not going to roll for damage right now.
Okay.
You did hit the wall hard enough that if you weren't in a vac suit, you would be injured for sure.
Yeah.
But I would only roll a d6, and I think vac suit has a minimum armor of 6 or 8 or something, and so there's no way it would
Right.
overcome your damage reduction. So, but you hit hard, right, and you're spinning and disoriented. Let's go back to Max.
Do we have to? I mean, I think he'll tap labor after.
You have tree on your shoulder. That was a real life thing,
That was not a
game
euphemism
thing.
of any kind.
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just shrub it off.
Take a thread.
Thank you.
No idea what it's for,
I know.
but
Take it or leave it.
okay. Don't trees me like this.
Take a bow.
All right. So you're on your way to the captain's quarters.
Yeah, I sure am.
And you find it, and it's his name on the outside. Probably.
I imagine it probably would.
Yeah. All right. So it's there's you just reach a door at the end of the hallway. You passed a couple of like what you assume are supply closets, but none of them have.
That's not interesting.
Yeah. But this door at the end of the hallway, there's no other like branches off of this. It's like an end that doesn't have anywhere else to go. It's just like a term for that, but I'm not thinking of it.
A cul-de-sac.
Sure. Let's go with that.
I just realized we're in the spookiest month, so
Oh yeah, that's not an accident. I was hoping this hook would happen first. So
I'm loving the crap out of this. So
oh good.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you see there's a plaque over the door that says Captain's Quarters, and then under it is a customized plaque of it's like CPT dot, right? T dot Montgomery.
I don't know this about vac suits. Is there anything like? Does our vac suit have pockets?
Yeah.
Okay.
Loads.
Okay. I would like
Mostly
to.
Velcro.
can I I don't want to kibitz or
Oh.
interrupt here. Does Max's actually have pockets? Because like a standard jumpsuit that is utilitarian that would do all this stuff would, but I just like, is Max okay with that, or would Max have like the figure skater version that was
the
slimmed
like
down?
Buck
and-
Rogers kind of.
I'm not trying to throw you
No,
under the
that's a
bus.
good point.
You don't want to ruin the lines of your suit.
No, absolutely. I think there is like a pocket,
Okay.
like a hidden pocket. You know,
Okay.
like
Sure.
to carry tools and such.
Like in most women's pants, it's this
Yeah, it's
big.
this like shitty little flat pocket that
Right.
you can
This
put an ID card in.
right.
All right.
If
So
you're
what did
lucky.
you want to find?
I
in your
want to
pocket?
take the captain's placard and pocket it.
Okay. It is screwed on there, so you're going to
Oh.
need a screwdriver to take
Okay,
it off.
well that's too much work.
Okay.
I didn't want it that bad.
Okay.
I wanted the souvenir. Leave me alone.
Right? No, we get it.
I tried the door.
It's law. I mean, it doesn't open, and there's no like handle, right? It's just like a one, and it's not split down the middle, right? It's like one piece, so it probably goes left or right, the whole thing, and it's not as big as some of the. It's like a single person sized door, but there's like a panel on the side.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. Is the panel?
And it looks like it maybe has an old style like card, not swipe through it, but like you hold your car up to it, the card. It's like a tap panel.
Yeah.
Right.
What was the name of that?
T. Montgomery.
T. Montgomery.
Thank you.
Okay. I mean, there's no power going to the panel or anything, right? Like, there's no power really going anywhere.
Doesn't look like it.
All right.
It doesn't even like if you approach the door like this and you didn't have the card, the panel should still light up and say like, I detect a presence. I have not detected your card. You know, like some kind of indicator. And there's just no. The only light in this corridor is your helmet.
Well, this is stupid. Well, I guess back to the bridge, because that's where the power's going to be, and I want to get in this door.
You can't hack it?
You could probably pry the panel. The panel is like chunky enough that you could probably like. You have strength +1, right?
I do, yeah. I was
Yeah.
thinking it'd be easier to hack it when there's like I use the electronics when there's power going to it.
Yeah, but I mean, you could get like your suit battery attached to it.
That's a good point. Okay, there are options.
Yeah. You're an electronics guy, so like I got to give you this information. You know.
I heard you. It was a part of my thought.
No. It was when he said suit battery, and I was like, oh yeah, definitely drain your suit battery in this place.
That would take a little while to drain.
Because all the other electronics are working at 100% on this ship. Yeah.
I'm making good choices today.
My
love it.
favorite thing is when players give themselves minuses because it's stuff they do in character. I don't like that it's what my character would do to be
Right.
shitty,
It's not the same thing.
but
yeah.
it's my favorite thing to do.
Yeah.
All right.
It's when it's what my character would do hijacks the story from everyone else and makes
Yeah.
it all about that character.
Yeah.
That sucks.
So what am I rolling? Electronics?
We're gonna go electronics plus education.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's just +1, but it's better than nothing.
Better than -3.
That is an 11.
Okay, medium success. You pop the panel open. You manage to get the suit power, like fit a little crossover switch, but you realize at the last second, you're like, oh no, red to red, and then you get a zap. The door, like kind of like just unlocks. It doesn't slide all the way open. It also looks like it's probably never going to do that properly. But it's like loose, like you could shove it open.
Okay.
Right? But you're also in a moment where, like, your whole helmet goes dark, like 100% dark, no readout, and then, well, actually, what's your initial reaction?
Well,
You saw the door pop before your lights went out.
okay. What about the light on my video recorder?
That's attached to your suit?
I assume it has its own power cell.
Why?
I don't know.
No, I mean, it would probably have a battery backup.
Is it on the suit or is it just your eye? Like, I thought you had just like a.
Yeah, it's just like a.
Oh. Okay.
It's not. Yeah, it's not part of the suit. It's an additional thing that it.
And it's like on your face?
No, I think it's attached to the suit. But I don't think it's.
Oh, okay.
I thought you had eyes like Monica from The Expanse.
Oh,
where
no.
you're just recording.
Oh no.
Gotcha.
This is more like a GoPro on your shoulder.
very that.
Yeah,
Okay.
I can't imagine Max, like, intentionally getting cybernetics to ruin the perfect canvas.
Yeah, it was a stretch to get the vocoder.
Right.
Like,
That was just so practical and useful.
yeah, I couldn't say no.
Yeah, I don't think you had the camera light on at first because your helmet light was superior.
Sure.
But yeah, you reach up and manage to flick that light on, and you can see like the electronics is shorted out, the wire to your suit is like blackened, but the door's open.
Cool.
The secondary issue is that back suits are a little heavy.
Yeah.
And, like, normally they have some, like, assistive components to them. They're not, like, powered armor, so you can move. But, like, you're realizing how much you rely on the, like, momentum of the mag boots, which are off. And that. So, genuine question, knowing that Max doesn't know anything about the rest of this.
Yeah.
How much would that freak him out? Not that much, because he's got a backup light.
Yeah, the backup light is helping. I think he's more inconvenienced than anything else.
Okay.
Is going to try to fix it before going anywhere else.
Okay.
Like, all right, now I got to deal with this first. Sash is ignoring me, and
And you didn't do maintenance on my suit right.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to make a living here.
Give him a piece of my mind.
All right. So, by the time you're thinking, all right, I gotta figure out the fix for my suit, right? That's your primary process? Okay. So, by the time you're thinking, like, okay, how am I going to get the battery? Like, a lot of it is accessible from while you're wearing the suit because in an emergency, it's not like they put it in the small of your back where that's a terrible idea.
Right.
But as you are like trying to figure out what you're going to do about it, your HUD, there's a little like boop, like one line of the DOS window is like switch to backup power.
Yeah.
Okay, and it goes dark for a second, and then your HUD boots up, and it's giving you information about your backup battery, and that your other battery, it says, is offline.
Okay.
Like it doesn't see that the primary battery is there. That's the problem. It's not saying it's depleted.
Okay.
Does that distinction make sense?
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
And your backup battery is good for several hours, but not much more than that, especially if you're going to use mag boots. It's like a good idea to not use mag boots if you don't have to.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Is this issue with the main battery something that I feel, based on my knowledge of electronics, I can repair now?
Probably if you had tools.
Oh, well, yeah.
I mean, the captain might have something.
You're already here.
Oh, yeah, I was definitely going to go in. There was no doubt about that. I was going to try to fix it before I went in or after. So, yeah, I'll slide the door open to get a look inside the captain's quarters.
Okay. The captain's quarters is a little bit like, did you see Wall-E?
Yeah.
Okay, so the captain of the cruise ship, there's that like big round room, right? So this is like that, and there's a bunch of like dark screens. There's no windows, right? But there's a bunch of like dark screens kind of pointed towards the front of the ship, and there's a number of like all carefully sealed panels and things like that, and there's a cryopod in the middle of the room.
Yeah, I'm going to look at that cryopod.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to do it.
Okay. What's the like hottest silver fox you can think of?
Oh, my God.
Come on.
You can't
Let's
just
go.
drop that on me.
3,
I mean,
2.
the first one that comes to mind is Anderson Cooper.
Okay. Yeah. Well, cast. I'm sure Anderson Cooper's looking for different types of gigs to like branch
Sure.
out and do a show like ours. So, yes, Captain Montgomery, played by Anderson Cooper, of Anderson Cooper fame. God, he's really good looking.
Yeah.
Well done.
Thank you.
No, thank you. Take a thread.
Yes.
All right. So, yeah, you peek over, and this is not frosted glass with it. You know, like this is a high-tech device.
Why would this be dramatic at all?
No. But you can see there's this is back when they used like a fully immersive fluid,
Oh, okay.
right? And so the process involved like you had to warm someone up, but it's primarily like a preserving. They're not literally frozen. They just called it cryo because that's what somebody like news started calling it cryo, and then like,
But they're more jarred preserves for the winter.
yes, yeah. But that also means that because they're not frozen, there isn't like a passive, like the fluid is supposed to be cycled, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this is kind of a honey color, and you can't really tell whether he's alive or dead, right? Just look. I mean, he's not like wrinkly or like rotten or whatever. Like
Right.
it just looks like somebody asleep in cryo fluid.
So it's honey colored. What color is it supposed to be?
Have you ever dealt with these kinds of cryopods before?
Well, no, but I'm sure I've seen something on the news. Like,
Well, in
Historical
shows,
Well, there was
always,
a show.
in shows, it's always this like crystal clear with a blue tinge because it's dramatic.
right?
So it's supposed to, according to you, it's supposed to be crystal blue clear.
Yeah, that's not good. That's not a good look, Captain Montgomery.
The amber just makes his hair look, limp and lifeless rather than the sparkling white silver.
Oh,
it
I
should
think
be.
Maury looks encased in gold. Like it's
Oh,
you know.
sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Like a mosquito preserved in amber.
Yep. Yeah. That's
Very that.
actually a good example. And then you hear over your comms a little bit of a like MIDI screech, like not screech. It's like a high pitched chirp. It like stops pretty quick, and it says, I didn't realize the captain had invited a guest. You are up too late, though. Time to get ready for beddy time. Is this something that would upset Max?
Yeah. I think at this point he has... Nope. He's going to nope right out of fuck thatville.
Okay, so I'm going to need a d6 of stress.
Yes, you are.
You want one of these?
Yeah.
Here, that one rolled a 6 earlier.
I have another die. Alright. You tend to roll low. You bastard!
I can see
It
from
rolls
here.
well, so it rolled well
Yeah.
for you, just
No,
the wrong
it
way.
rolls low.
Oh.
Normally. So that's 6.
Okay, what's that put your total stress at? Is that 6? Your first 6?
Yeah, my first 6.
Okay. Easy peasy.
What's that like?
Cute.
But that also seems fair.
Oh,
honestly.
absolutely. Are you kidding? It makes total sense.
Backup power, creepy, like the cryofluid's wrong, in the dark, you know.
Disembodied voice.
Dead
Yeah.
guy.
Nope. Absolutely not. And that's actually what Max says. Nope. Absolutely not. And takes off.
Oh, that's not a permitted answer. You need to get ready for bed.
Oh no! Oh no! No! No!
As the captain's special guest, I have certain permissions. Ow.
Also, don't hit the table. Our mics are attached to.
Please tell me that was in character. I need it to be so bad.
Yeah. You're like, yeah, and like hit the door jam by
Yeah.
accident. I'm
I
like,
did it!
Can you lie to a robot?
I'm gonna try to persuade a robot.
yeah, except it's a deception that you're doing.
That works too.
Yeah. So, deception plus, I'm going to use intellect instead of soch on this because this thing doesn't know who you are.
Yeah. And it's taking, it'll take your wits.
Is it deception? He knows the captain, and he has certain permissions. They're not very high because I don't trust him on my ship, but it's not technically a lie.
I'm going to go with deception. That looks low.
Yeah, it's a 9.
Oh, that's a success.
Thank God.
Okay.
That's right. I forgot
Yeah,
a
9
9.
to 12. 9 to 12. Yep. Okay. So, let's see, you said you're the captain's guest and you have certain privileges. Mm-hmm. Okay, so the voice goes back to goes back up to that high register.
Right.
And you hear elevated permissions acknowledged. It is, however, time for bed.
I'm just gonna run.
Okay.
I, for one, as a Clara, would like to know how it's going to try to force you to go to bed.
I
because
don't
it's a
wanna
you
know
and what
that.
army?
I do not.
I don't.
Satch doesn't want to
No,
know
no,
because
none
Satch
of
knows.
us in character want to know, but like Clara's here, like you and what army? We're about to find out. I'm assuming.
If any of
Let
us
it not
look
be an
up-
army.
Well, I mean, we careened into the ceiling and the floor and everything else.
No. Don't take me to Directive 7.
Yeah, exactly.
This is fine.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm gonna kick off the grab boots and kick rocks.
Okay. We're going to need athletics plus your favorite physical stat.
We're gonna go with dexterity.
Okay.
All these. Be nice, dice. Be nice.
And your stress is still, you've lost less than 10, right?
Yes.
Okay.
That is 9 plus dexterity plus 1 is 10.
Okay. Yep. So that's a medium success again.
Yes.
You shoot down the hallway from the captain's quarters, and the voice stays with you and says, well, if you're not the captain's guest, I have to revoke your advanced privileges. and I think that distracts you enough that you hit the end of the hallway, bounce off the wall, and get turned around. Right?
Cute.
Like, you know, I mean, this one says captain's quarters. That's the one you know, but now you can't remember which way you came in.
Oof.
Does that feel fair?
That's fair. Yeah.
Okay. But I'm not going to make you roll stress yet because you were already running from a monster. So, let's check back with Cece and Ursa.
This
Well,
is
we've probably stopped spinning at this point.
Yeah.
You managed to sort yourselves out.
Okay.
I don't know which way's up, but I also don't really care. If I see writing, that'll be our indicator.
Yeah. So.
You got a 50-50 chance of going in the right direction because you don't have. There's not a sign right where you spun out, and you spun around a bunch of times.
Can I complicate something with your permission?
Well, I'm open to it.
Okay. Well, the ship operates in multiple directions, right?
Yeah.
Because there isn't an up and down, so the signs aren't one direction;
Oh.
they're circular.
Absolutely.
Well, how do you?
So it'll say, like instead
Well-
of the wall, like if you're looking at the wall and like we normally see print like this, but if you're at this angle, that print doesn't necessarily make sense.
Yeah.
So
It's probably
so the
printed
signs,
in a couple
right, like either a
directions,
triangle or
Right.
a circle or
Yeah.
something like that, so that whichever direction you're coming at,
Yeah.
you'll have a legible set of
God
words.
damn
there.
it, they were so accommodating. Okay.
No, I like that. I like that. And yeah, it's just not clear, and the two of you are freaking out a little bit. Is that
Yeah.
accurate? Okay.
Okay. Actually, after getting hit, frankly, I think Ursa would take a second, like, okay, like trying to recenter.
Yeah.
'Cause
Look
this
up
is,
and then try to figure out which way is the right way to go.
yeah, and also she's like trying to get her nerves back. Again, getting hit kind of helps.
Yep.
Okay. We just pick a direction, we stick together, and we go. And if we run into the sign that says cryo, we've gone the wrong way. We turn around, we go back, and we just move.
Yeah, you told the voice you had to go to the bathroom?
Fuck, we did.
Okay. That's fine. I'm just making sure I remember correctly. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, but we move with haste, but not
In a
running,
panic.
Not in a panic.
Okay.
We're not panicking. We're going to the bathroom. We just have
Okay.
to go really bad.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. You're left, I'm right.
All right.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
God damn it.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Right.
Okay, right.
This isn't time for games. You said you wanted to go to the bathroom.
We
Is
fell down. Can you point us to the bathrooms?
It sounds like you're injured. I'll come get you.
No.
No, we're not injured. we're just turned around.
We're just turned around. We're just turned
Don't
around.
worry. I'll be there in a moment.
I know.
We start going.
Yeah, we start going. So in my inventory, I have a couple things that are really good at hurting things.
Uh-huh.
One of those things is a punch stunner.
Yeah.
I also have the assisted, like, big ass glovey things. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
Yes.
the pneumatic arms.
The pneumatic.
Yep.
Basically, the pneumatic arms. They're
Sure.
made for boring through walls and shit.
Yeah, yeah.
Could I believably say it was a modification to the suit? The answer can be no. I just want to know what my assets are before we meet this thing.
I'm not opposed to it conceptually, but for Irsa, who doesn't use her suit that much,
Absolutely valid.
feels like something she would like bring and then like try to work out how to get her suited glove into the.
I think it's an
gauntlet.
attachment she didn't bring because it's not for this mission.
Yeah, well, I mean, you could
Yeah.
definitely make the argument that like we might have to knock down a wall.
Yeah,
Right,
no,
but,
for
like-
sure. But I'm willing to say not for this particular outing.
I do have a stunner.
We both have stunners.
Yeah.
I have a pistol and also, the other fun punchy things that I just do have. But
In that vein, I assumed that Satch could use that with his suit because I was thinking of that as more a salvage tool than a weapon.
oh, it's a weapon for me.
Well, I get it, but like for him, it would be something that you'd like grab and rip something off,
Sure.
or or punch
yeah,
or
like
pound
just-
through like a wall.
Yeah,
sort of thing.
Yeah, the
the
piston fist,
1
that's
inch
what they're
punch.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Something like that. So
that's fair.
if it's okay, I would think that he has an attachment for that. But he didn't bring it with him because that's the sort of thing that you'd find out that you need. You'd go back to the
Yeah.
ship and you'd bring it.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like it's a weird big device to just carry around for no reason if
Right.
you don't need it.
Yeah,
Like,
the piston fists that she has were for like a bank situation.
Sure.
Not for salvage situation.
Gotcha.
Sure. Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna roll something in secret. This is not my normal way of doing things, but but I have to roll in here. It's gonna make too much noise.
We trust you.
Okay.
trust you.
So would you two want odd or even? You have to pick the same thing.
Evens?
Even. Yeah.
Okay. So if it's evens, you'll be going the right direction.
Okay, cool.
Okay, but I'm not gonna reveal.
Well, I think you should reveal to the audience because we're all.
Oh,
looking
oh
around.
yeah. Okay, everyone's looking away. I'll just hold up my fingers because it's hard to hold the die. Everyone's looking away. It's this many. Okay. Thank you.
Our apologies to the people listening to the podcast later.
Yep.
You'll find out when we find
You're
out.
about to find out in
Yeah.
a minute. So,
Yeah.
But it'll be revealed.
Cool. Cool.
okay. So, and chat, you just keep that to yourself.
Oh, well.
I can't, it's blurry from here. So.
Okay. So you two kick off and head down the hallway.
Yeah. Like within grabbing distance of at least Cece's foot. I don't know. Just
Oh,
I
Yeah,
don't
no,
wanna-
together.
we're
That's fine.
close. Yeah.
Yep. So let's do a team athletics check. Okay.
how is this going to
Go team
work?
athletics.
So, do either of you have athletics
athletics?
trained?
I do.
Okay. So you don't?
Athletics trained.
Like as a do you have
Do you
any
have it at
points
0?
in it? Okay. So at none, right?
At none.
Okay. So we're going to use your athletics and one of your physical stats.
Okay. Well, both my physical stats, all my physical stats are +0. So
Okay, that's better
At least
than
there's
nothing.
no negative.
What's your athletics bonus?
I just have a 0, so we're rolling this flat.
Okay, each of you roll 1d8. 5 and 2 is 7. Okay, that's a miss.
Yep.
Okay. So the two of you are desperately trying to work together. You're also panicked, and when you come around the corner, the one of the problems you're facing is that the curvature of the outside of the ship is like just enough that you couldn't see if you were going in the right direction. But it turns out you were.
Okay.
Downside, Satch, two people are rocketing towards you. Behind them is a 5-legged
Oh, no.
mech of some kind that is using kind of like pointy appendages to like spider crawl through the tunnel, like through the corridor.
nope, nope, nope.
Absolutely
There's a
not.
whole lot of
And
nope.
you've like literally never seen anything like it. Like it's not based on anything you've seen in media. It's just 5 legs with like some sort of like device in the middle.
Nope.
Okay. We're going to find out that this thing will have a name and a function and everything. But the one in the historical documents is going to be like the cute, little robot sidekick, and then this is the actual thing. I'm just planting that for the future.
Yeah, well, in the historical document, the ship did have a complement of nannybots.
Yeah.
Like there were probably 2 or 3, right?
This is just the one that went crazy.
Well, this is the one that's currently active that went crazy. We don't know about the others.
Yeah,
In
and
fairness.
so the appendages are they're all identical, and they all end in like a sharp, pointy bit. It's not a blade, right? But it's like a spiky
Yeah.
Of course it is.
thing, and it's using the corners to like go along. Is everyone okay with spiders, by the way? Like, I just want to.
I love them.
It's in a personal sense, no, but in a I'm
Yeah,
fine.
I got
yeah.
same boat.
Yeah,
like,
that's. I just
yeah.
wanted to.
Yeah.
You know, the X card is always available if
Yeah.
we need it.
Oh yeah.
And
Don't worry, you're good.
Yeah. Okay.
I have you ever played Robo Recall?
No.
Okay.
Oh wait, yes, the one with the board game.
No,
Oh.
the Oculus VR
Oh
game.
no,
Okay.
I got
I
nothing.
think you're thinking Robo Rally.
Yes,
Which is my all-time favorite.
it's a very good board game.
Board game.
Yeah. Okay, so the the two of them are rocketing towards you. You two come around the corner. You don't know this thing is behind you, okay? And you see Satch, and you already know you're not going to be able to stop in time, right? Like, it's just, you're so out of control that it's just like you're grabbing for handles. You're like, oh, no, 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 no. Or however you, like, what is your characterization of this moment? When the camera zooms in on your face with this, like, thing behind you.
I suppose you're wondering how I got here.
Take a thread.
Thank you. If Irsa can grab one of those handles and stop herself, like, as you're in that
Well, that's
free fall.
what you can't, that's what our roll determined that you can't do, is you're out of control.
I mean, oh God, she's gonna fuck it. Avoid Satch, like, pivot in midair with
It's gonna
nothing,
be up to
no
Satch
friction.
at this point.
Yeah.
Do you say anything?
Just fucking move.
Okay.
Yeah, mostly
Okay, yep,
screaming.
Yep, good, I got that. I like that. And as they approach...
What did you two do?
Well, hold on, Satch. There's a moment, like, I don't know if this makes it even more creepy, but there's a moment where they're far enough away that their mouths are open and they're not getting anything from them.
Yeah.
And then by the time they're close enough that you start to get this scratchy, like, she's shouting, she's saying fucking move, and just as you could start to hear them, this thing comes around the curvature to add to your experience. So, and you hear the humming now, the lullaby.
Okay.
The designers of this thing, just the most incongruous, like, did you not run this by somebody?
This does not match what you saw in the historical document.
Right. I'm trying to think if Satch would start shooting at this point, or if he would still be trying to, like, figure out what's going on. I don't think he would start shooting yet, honestly, because I think that this would still be like this is a program or something that is running amok. We must be able to shut it down. I don't know what this lullaby thing is that's coming over my suit speaker, but I think I'm going to attempt an override shutdown.
Okay. Do you have something that would help you do that via, like, wireless or?
I have the neural comm, so I can link into systems without having to, like, physically link into them.
And it has established a comm link with you. So
Right.
if you want to try to spike that back and see what you can do.
That's what I'm going to try and do.
Okay.
I will send, like, an IFF, like, we are not hostile, stand down, is essentially the message that I'm trying to
I
portray.
think computers is under electronics.
Yes,
There's
it
no
is.
computer skills.
No,
so.
it's party electronics. It's a specialty.
Okay. So, electronics, we'll go with intellect because this is a, like, super gut check. If you had time to sit there and look at the code and figure it out, it would be education.
Sure.
But let's do electronics plus intellect.
Whatever, it's the same. For me, it's the same number,
great.
so... 9.
That's
Nine's the minimum success.
9 to 12. 9 to
Sorry.
12. That's all right. We're all getting used to a new system that doesn't make any sense. So, so you establish a connection through your, neural link, which is implanted in your brain, right?
Yeah.
Is that accurate? Okay.
I love this for us. I love this so much for us.
Yeah.
And you're, like, working.
No, it's on my jaw. not in brain, on jaw.
Yeah, your neural link. you
Okay,
know.
so for clarity, is this cybernetic?
Yes.
Okay. You are, like, you're interfacing with this thing's code while it is screaming in your mind. I know you know what a modem sounded like.
Yes.
All right? Turn to 11
Okay.
inside your skull.
Yeah.
So I'm going to have you roll 1d6 for stress.
Absolutely fair. 5 is a good number.
That's your first stress, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm fine.
All right. But you are making some headway connecting with this thing. The thing as it's chasing them like has a misstep as you're like trying to figure out what code does what and like what you could comment out and like, come on, let's. What is this like? And it is a fucking mess, right? Like this code is
Super kludgy.
yeah, but what it looks like is the code that goes into loaders, exoskeletons, like assistive devices for disability. It looks like that kind of code that manages like impulse amplification and like it doesn't make sense. Like that's not how you code a robot, but it also might occur to you that like nannybots is like a little bit of a root. Like they were sapient AI who signed on to be nannybots, right? They're not little dumb robots. So it, but also you know that sapient AI have this really distinctive like blue glowing quantatronic brain.
A David Blaine?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Of course it glows blue, right? It's like it has to. So
Does
Yeah.
this thing have a visible
don't
glowing
see
blue?
one?
Okay.
but it looks like shoot, what was that little round guy from Portal?
Wheatley?
Wheatley.
Yeah.
So it looks like a beach ball size Wheatley with these 5 legs coming out of it, but room for like 11 more leg holes that don't have legs in them.
Okay. I was going to ask if there were like, it doesn't look like there's a missing leg or something, but apparently it looks like there's 11 missing
Yeah,
legs.
as you stop to count the empty sockets.
Oh, I died. Damn this obsessive need to count holes.
No, the code is set. I think why it's so confusing is that it looks like loader code that you would make, but it's set for 16 appendages, which is nonsense.
Right. Okay. So yeah, I'm shouting back at it, telling it to stand down, and using my brain to try and turn it off and do all the things.
Okay, these two crash into you.
Yes, of course they do.
I was going to say, while you're doing this, you're about to take a mechanic and a prize fighter to the face.
Yeah.
I know, but I figured that I don't think that I could dodge at the same time that my brain was being assaulted.
Absolutely.
It didn't
not.
feel like that was
That's
kosher
what your
to ask.
character would do.
Yeah. We decided that the back suits all have minimum 8 armor.
think it's
Is
8
that
armor.
right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to have all 3 of you roll 2d6 for physical damage. If you roll 8 or less, it's none, right? It's just minus 8, whatever you roll. So just roll 8 or less.
I think mine is more
Okay.
because I had spent, like I said, a
9.
lot.
Okay, well, you take 1.
I took 9, and
Yeah.
again, physical damage
fine.
doesn't bother
took
me
5?
as much.
Or you rolled a 5.
No, I rolled a 5.
Oh, so you take
3 and
none.
a 2, so I
yeah,
take
yeah,
none.
you take none. Okay, great. But yeah, the 3 of you kind of crash into each other. Oh, look, Windows is being helpful. on our
But-
monitor here for the folks listening. Like,
But we
some shit
stopped.
just
Yeah,
popped up.
thankfully
So at
we
least we
stopped.
stopped.
Yes, you've stopped in like a tangled bundle of 3 humans.
Like you do.
Yep.
Okay, 4.
Yeah.
So even though mine is better than that, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll
Have
get the
we
stats for.
That's fine.
reoriented to the point that we can see the impending spider monster?
Yeah, it's almost on top of you. So yeah.
I love this for us. Mm-hmm. Okay.
So I'm surprised to hear you say that because it seems dangerous. Like
Oh,
you might be
very.
concerned.
Here's the thing, though. I have very few ways of interacting with the world you've built for us. It's a beautiful world. I love every moment of it. I'm very good at dismantling things.
True.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a beautiful sentence.
Yep. All right.
Punchbot is sad. Punchbot has nothing to punch.
Probably the first thing you notice is that Max isn't here. Probably a little upsetting. I mean, a little.
Okay, no. Still my responsibility.
Okay.
Oh, true.
Now,
That's
Max,
for paycheck.
Yeah.
you had to pick a direction at random.
I did, and I had an idea on that.
Okay.
I-
As you're panic sprinting down the hall. bounce off the wall.
I've been recording this entire thing.
So you want to stop and rewatch the video.
I want to do a quick, like a 15-second back to see which corridor heads back the right direction.
Okay, and so we're not recording anymore.
At this point, in this moment, no. The
Okay.
recording's going to pause so I
Okay.
can check the playback, and then we'll be starting again when I start fleeing for my life.
All right, now, I wouldn't normally make you roll for this.
But it's a, yeah.
You're in panic mode. So let's roll electronics plus intellect.
And in the panic, does he remember that a right equals a left?
That's why we're rolling.
See, if I don't actually roll the dice, I'll be fine.
You haven't failed yet.
I did
Schrodinger's,
now.
Schrodinger's
Oh.
dice.
Is that a 7?
That's a
As long as they're
7
in
plus
your
what?
hand, they're
Plus
both a
1.
success and a
Exactly.
failure.
8.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
that's not enough.
That's not enough. No.
Okay, so yeah, you remember you turned right to go down the captain's hall, so you're gonna have to turn right. You go the wrong way.
They both look like L's.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. But at least I'm heading to the bridge. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna find somebody.
Oh, well, no, you've come down the captain's hallway, and you should have turned left
Right.
to go back out, and so instead you've turned right.
Which I thought was leading to the bridge. I thought,
think you're headed
Well,
to
yeah, it
cryo.
was like bridge and yeah. It's still like bridge that way. Yes,
Okay.
You're right. The sign does say that. The viewer's camera like zooms in on the like wrong way, buddy. But yeah, you're scooting off in that direction now.
Yeah.
And you continue to hear don't worry, wait there, and I'll come and help.
No help necessary. Thank you.
Oh, that's not correct. You would be in bed if you didn't need help. You've missed bedtime.
I have a different bedtime.
Incorrect. You wouldn't lie to me, would you?
No. I don't even know if I'm lying.
It's like when you're like you saw the toddler excuses.
I have a different bedtime.
My mom says I can go to bed at 10.
You don't
You're
need
not
to,
my real mom. You
you don't
never
need to
will
call
be.
her. You don't need to call her.
Okay, so, all right, yeah, Max, you fly down the hallway,
Yeah.
and come face to face with another one of these. As far as now, for Max, this is the one.
Yeah.
Right. You're the only one who knows that this is back here, and the viewer would see that it essentially came from the bridge. We don't know that for a fact, but that's the hall that it came down from.
There are more than one. I mean, we don't know that either, but
Yeah.
sorry, that was my interjection.
What do you do? And this thing is like coming down the hallway, legs on every wall. This one has 7 legs.
Good. Good.
So almost a spider.
Almost a spider.
Which, you know what? That's
And
comforting.
again, it's the props only had so much budget, right? Like it's still that like beach ball was a bunch of empty sockets that I don't know how well Max would identify all of this right away, but
He's just seeing a
just panic monster.
yeah.
It's a golf ball with legs.
Yeah. That's actually a really good analogy.
I'm trying.
And I'm picturing a kind of like a burnished, brassy kind of color. I don't know what. I don't think it's a silvery.
Okay.
I was picturing it like shiny black, but
I was
that's
going,
my morbid mind.
I fully went like Wheatley, but like with legs.
Yeah, see, I was thinking white because it's like a nanny bot.
Oh,
and-
that's
True,
white.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
I'm
scary.
still desperate trying to figure out like who the product designer was of this thing. Who was like, yeah, kids love beach balls. Kids love spiders with pointy feet that can murder you. This is comforting as hell.
Again, this was not in a historical document. It looked different.
Yeah, send it out. This
They
is
were
fun.
they were cute little trundly bots. They were like, do you need help?
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. So I'm guessing any of the corridors that I passed that were those stupid little storage closets are probably all closed. right?
What, you want to try and duck into a side door, like reverse and find a side door?
Kinda. Yeah, I kind of want to pull a Jimmy Lee Curtis here. I want to
get,
hide in the closet.
Let's get athletics plus your favorite physical stat.
All right, we're doing dex.
Yeah, because this thing definitely doesn't know how to scan for life signs anymore.
Maybe I can fake being asleep? I don't know. Leave me alone.
Don't worry, I'm coming to help you.
That's a 10.
Okay, so
Oh, no, 11. With dex.
same result.
I know, but still.
okay.
It made me feel better.
Sure. So you flip around, kick down the other way, and yeah, I mean the first door doesn't open, second door doesn't open, third door opens, and you go in there, and it is like some kind of supplies, but like your light is flashing all over the place. You can't tell what's going on in here, and you go to slam the door shut as like a pointy thing like comes through this like doors. You're like, no, but there are no handles on these doors, right? They're supposed to be powered, right? And so you're just using like the flat of your hands to try to resist this thing. And we'll come back to you in a moment.
Okay.
Can you roll a d6 for stress for me?
Yeah.
Does that feel fair?
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay.
That's fair.
It's got like a T2 into the elevator.
Right, well,
Yeah, you probably shouldn't roll a 6 again, though.
No,
I
I'm
don't
going to try
recommend
one
that.
of these mini dice.
Oh, mini dice roll higher.
Nope, that's a 3. I
Okay.
can deal
So
with
that
that 3.
puts you at 9.
That puts me at 9.
Okay, no minuses yet. Probably won't get there. It's fine.
No, we're all good.
Not tonight, anyway.
All right, so back out with the Rat Pack.
I have a pencil.
Let's do you know what, actually let's do like an initiative check or initiative roll.
Hey, how do we do an initiative roll in this system, Jason?
Let's add your dex bonus and your intellect bonus and roll 2d8.
All right. $12.
We got a 12 for Satch.
7.
7.
8.
Oh, come on. 8. So 7 was Irsa. 8 was Cece. Oh, I want you to go ahead and roll.
Oh,
too.
me. Okay,
Yeah,
sorry.
We'll
It was
kind of
2d8?
yeah, 2d8 plus dex plus int.
8, 9.
Okay. So I'm just gonna have us go into our initiative order at this point, and Satch, you're at the 12, so you're first.
Based on what I've done so far, vis-a-vis the code and getting it shut down, do I think I can make additional headway there?
Yeah, you made progress before.
Okay.
The problem is the thing is screaming in your brain because
Right.
it's trying to connect with you.
Right. All it has to do is ask.
Your brain doesn't work this way.
Well, a small part of it does, currently.
Oh, you know what's even better? So take the modem sound and put it at like ×5 speed.
Oh, boy, okay.
Yeah. That feels better.
Okay. Well,
I mean worse.
for
What word
you.
did I use?
Yeah, for you,
Yeah.
I'm sure that does feel better. So I'm gonna try and like get it to shut down still.
More computer.
Like this is the more
Okay.
right, because there's just this one thing, and then once it's safe, we'll go find Max.
Now, you got crashed into while you were at the door still.
Yes.
I don't remember you disconnecting from the door's panel. Is that accurate?
Yeah.
Or I mean, in your mind, did you, and just didn't say it out loud?
No, I think that because I was plugged in
Right.
via the cord, and then they came
Right.
screaming around the corner, and then this robot thing. So no, I think it's fair to say that in the momentum they ripped out that jack somehow. Something. So if you have a bad thing that you want to happen there, I'm okay with that.
Oh no, that's not what I was thinking of.
Oh, okay.
All right,
Cool. Yeah, I'm still tethered in. I'm still connected. 8, and what were we doing?
your electronics and int.
9. So
Yay.
tipped it
Yeah.
over into a partial again.
Yep, 9 to 12. Okay, so I'm going to, I don't know, I guess roll damage for the. Right, actually, why don't you roll
1, 2.
2d6, 2d6, yeah.
7.
All right, 7 coding damage.
Okay. I have taken over 10 points of psychic damage.
Oh. No, that's not
No,
you taking.
that's not
That's
you.
the damage you did to it.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Yeah.
well then I would have pumped more positive energy into those.
Oh. I'm sorry, I didn't make that clear. As you're working on this, and you are, trying to connect with this thing, and you're still like you're kind of tangled up, but like these cords are heavy duty, that you're linked into your ship right now, and you get you get this like just spin of text in the corner of your view, and the link to this thing is now doubled as the ship is like broadcasting your signal at it twice now.
Oh,
Right, so
okay.
like your helmet is broadcasting, and your ship thinks you want it to do the same thing. All right, and when that happens, it literally like shoves to the side like it's flinched. So you can take that body language however you want.
Yeah.
But yeah. Max,
Yeah,
this thing wants to get in real bad.
I bet it does.
It just wants to help you go to bed.
Yeah, I'm not sleepy.
Okay. What do you want to do?
I'm gonna pull out my my stunner, and I'm gonna try to stun that mofo in the leg.
What do stunners look like in this? Is it like a taser, or what are we talking
It's like
about?
a baton kind of thing, like a.
Oh, I guess it
Well,
depends on.
it's the
I
one
got
you
a
took
stunner
from my
gun.
ship, right?
Well, I also have one.
Oh, okay.
So I have options.
Gotcha.
Okay. Because I thought a stunner was like a gun type thing.
Yeah, in the
The
one,
one you gave me
I
was
got.
more of
It
a
looks
gun.
like a little
No,
phaser.
the one I gave you was.
Oh, it
was
looks like a
fixed. It's
phaser?
gun.
Kind of looks like a phaser, I think. Let me
Okay.
pull it up because I have this
I
open.
found one.
I'd call it like a little zap gun kind of thing.
Sorry, I'm looking at different guns. Give me a second.
Let's double check this because it matters to how I want to roll damage.
Yeah,
so.
for sure.
And also we need to know the damage on it.
Gets there.
I have the damage on the thing. I just want to.
I want to know what
That.
does the book mean by stun though? What does it say in the description?
A non-lethal. A non-lethal weapon designed to inflict a massive shock to the target,
Shock.
incapacitating. it.
Okay.
So it is an electric shock.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Got
that
it.
should fuck it up or juice it up more.
Well, we're gonna. I got no other options, so we're
Yeah.
gonna.
One thing is good, the other isn't really worse.
Right.
So, I like your chances. So let's do.
No, I get a significant. What is that? A significant action and a minor action.
I don't. Is that a thing?
It is.
Okay.
I would like to
Traveler.
use that minor action to aim, to get a
Oh.
+1 to the roll.
Okay. Yeah, that feels good.
Holy shit! You studied for this.
I did. That's what I was doing.
You understood the assignment.
I don't like any of these dice.
Okay, so we're gonna go. I think shooting is generally supposed to be dex,
Yeah, I'll try that.
plus your gun combat, which looks like it doesn't exist.
Yeah, it does not exist.
Okay. So -2 total
But
minus
with
one.
-1
for aiming. Yeah. Good call.
Come on.
You're like trying to time it just right.
That's an 8, which is not high enough to do anything. Unless combat works differently.
No.
Yeah, then a -2.
Okay.
So that's or that's a minus
One.
-1. Yeah, so it's an 8.
Yep. Okay. So that's a 8- in combat.
Yeah.
You're trying to time this just right, and you think like, okay, well, if the leg is here, the middle of the body's got to be there, right? And so finally, you the thing's gonna force open the door anyway. So you just let it fly open and take this shot, and it's just not where the body is. The body's hunkered down like a weird daddy long legs on the floor.
Yeah.
And then one of these things just goes through your love handles part of the thing.
Oh.
So I need you to roll 2d6.
Yeah.
That is going to ignore your armor.
Okay. Four.
Okay, so you take 4. So I guess it's got more like the skin, right? Like it's scored the side of your oblique,
Yeah.
right? But it's punctured the front and back of your suit and kind of pinned you to the back of the closet.
Mm-hmm.
And you hear, time to get your PJs. We'll come back to you. Cece,
Yes.
what would you like to do?
I've been thinking about this. Because I don't have gun combat, but I do have a stunner. I'm wondering, as a minor action, can I run up and place the stunner on the thing?
Well, I think that would be as useful as aiming, to take the aim action.
Okay.
Like I would give you a +1 either way, and the aim is ultimately less dangerous.
Okay.
And I mean, you correct me if I'm wrong, but I have trouble picturing CC like charging this thing.
True.
Does that seem
Yeah,
fair?
yeah.
For, like the characterization? Okay. So let's say you take the aim action.
Okay.
You get a +1. What's your dex?
My dex is a +0.
Okay, and you don't have gun combat.
Right.
Okay, so you're at -2 to make the shot.
Seven.
Okay.
I saw that 8 and I was like, yeah.
I know. I was like, oh.
So this thing is like almost not even paying attention to you, as it did this like herky jerky thing. I think the slam to the side that he caused, like you didn't see where that came from, and so it just like jerked out of the way, right? But it now is like sort of tumble rolling towards Satch and is gonna like go through you to get to him, basically. So I'm gonna have you roll 2d6 with minus the armor, because this thing just pokes right through your foot, I think.
5.
Okay, so you're gonna take 5 harm, and yeah, the spike goes through your foot, and that tricky magnetic trigger goes off, and so you're spiked and magnetized to its foot as it like moves, and you get like carnival ride whipped around.
Great.
All right, so there's probably going to be more damage later, depending on how that goes. So, Irsa, your friend just got shish kebabbed and
Yeah.
is being flung around
That's
as
not
it is
great.
clearly focusing on Satch.
It's also clearly not nanny behavior, frankly.
Well, you're out of bed.
Yeah, but like,
It is for bad children.
I was going to say, I'm not a child care expert. I feel like not the way you deal with children. However, okay, so I have a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
These things' legs. How do those joints, like, how spindly are those things?
I mean, they're kind of like, do you know what the shocks on a car look like? Like suspension?
Yeah.
That's kind of like
Yeah.
yay big around, but longer and like too many joints in
Awesome,
each leg.
awesome. Okay, so what I'd like to do, and you can tell me how viable this
Sure,
is while it's
yeah.
distracted by Satch. I'd like to get rid of as many of these legs as possible. So the idea was originally to just start grabbing and aiming for joints to kick out. Does that
Yeah.
make sense?
Yeah, well, I mean, you still have your one, your other punch glove, right?
Oh, I come equipped with a lot of things to punch things. I assume not Piston Fist, but Knuckle Blaster is available.
Yeah, because that's just like a weighted, that's not like a gun.
Oh, it's a
No,
gun.
It's a gun.
Oh,
It's 4 shotgun shells that are mounted on a fist that when you punch, they go off.
Okay.
Because I have one of them too.
But that's-
but it's on the ship.
that's inside your suit glove, isn't it?
I would assume so, unfortunately, unless it was a suit mod, and we have just...
Well,
yeah.
here's the thing. if your glove were to fly off, your suit would just cinch your wrist.
Yeah.
So you can blast through your glove and damage your suit. That's fine.
I think that may be the move.
Because I also could imagine Ursa doing it without thinking about it.
Well, okay. The other thing that is again, if you've played Robo Recall, a very fun part of it is you can tear the limbs off robots and then use their arms to shoot them. It's a very fun game.
If you hit it hard enough, some number of limbs will be removed.
Yeah, I think not even that. I want to grab and pull and get a boot on there. We're just dismantling this thing.
Okay, well, the thing I'll remind you about, remember we talked about bot fighting originally.
Yeah.
And, like, Traveler characters just aren't
Designed to take apart things with their bare hands.
Yeah, like the Knuckle Blaster is gonna do something.
In that case, if Ursa has the knowledge that she cannot dismantle something by hand,
Seems highly unlikely.
I would like to get as close to its face and Knuckle Blast it in the face.
Yeah, I mean it's just a ball, but
yeah. I assume it's got an eye or something.
It's hard
Seems
to tell.
like a lens, whatever.
There's no obvious sensor.
Then that's fine. I'm gonna just punch it in the ball.
Yep,
That was good. You got it.
I like it.
Got it.
Yep.
What?
Look, I have one way of interacting with this world.
Yep.
I would like to Knuckle Blast in the ball. There it is. There's the full one. Is that 2d8?
Someone clip that,
how do I do
please.
that?
It was 2D much.
2d8 plus strength and melee fighting.
Awesome. Unarmed?
This is unarmed, yeah.
Awesome,
Even though
okay.
you are armed with knuckle blasters.
So that'll be +3. Don't fuck me.
You're the one
That's a
knuckle blasting
10.
the ball.
That's a 10. So it's not a full
Okay.
success.
Yeah,
but-
medium success. All right, that's fine. So I think I'm gonna have you bypass its armor. What's the damage roll on that?
The Knuckle Blaster is a 5D. I don't know what that means.
So that's 5d6
Oh.
is what you would roll.
Yeah.
So
Excuse
let's
me.
go ahead and roll that.
Can I borrow some D6?
Can I borrow D6? Thank you. God, this is lovely. 5, 10, 15, 21, 25.
Oh, okay, great. That's a lot. But and for the viewers, for instance, how many hit points does Clara have?
Irsa at full is 29 hit points because she's got a 12 to strength.
Yeah, so you would almost one-shotted an Irsa.
Yes,
Yeah.
which scares me now that I'm thinking about this as a robot.
Yeah, spoiler, it has more hit points than you.
Yeah, it
but
just-
it doesn't
yeah.
have 100 hit points, okay? That's not, like, it's still composed
And
of
it was
the...
already down 7.
Yeah,
so-
well, it has 7 coding damage. I'm treating it like stress.
Okay,
I'm
yeah.
also hoping that I get something vital by hitting the ball thing and not the legs.
Yeah, for sure. So you just said 25 damage, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so 2 of these legs come up. Like, you just hit... So there's 16 sockets and only 5 legs, right? But 2 of them were close to each other, and you just get right between the legs with your knuckle blasters.
She hits the ball right between the legs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You fist him in the ball.
Okay.
Yeah. Which
Too far, sir. Too
Between the
far.
legs.
I will say is not fair game when
That's
it
what he
comes
said.
to when it comes to things like fair fights in sporting kind
No
of
such
arena.
thing.
But also, this is a robot.
Yeah, so you find where a couple of them are close together, and on the hope that you might get both, you do.
Yeah.
The 2 of them...
Oh, I'm no longer going for legs if I know that's not a thing. I just want to dismantle. I just want to break the center part, which seems like a head, which
Well,
seems to be controlling.
Yeah, I mean,
it.
the whole thing is pretty uniform, and so, like, the area to do the most damage would be in leg joints.
Yeah,
and
then
so,
we're good.
So you smash this thing, and you crack the whole, like, it's like outer shell cracks, and the legs, like, tumble out. One of its 3 remaining legs tries to grab one of the legs. Like, it's like, but it's just a pointy thing, right?
Yeah.
So it's grabbing at one of the ones that fell off, but you basically have the other one, which is really long, right? It's like, and it has like 4 joints. It's like too many knuckles.
It's
a
turned into a
four-knuckler.
batlet. I'm going to toss it. Those are not useful. I have so many problems with this. Also, who designed the nanny bot with pointy ends?
Nobody.
This might be a later mod.
We've gone transhumanist. Cool. All right.
It's aftermarket.
Aftermarket mods. Yeah, that's the thing I do. Also,
The third nanny bot just has spoilers on it.
I would like to ask Satch while
And
we're in
Nos.
the middle of this situation, because I don't know what Satch is dealing with, but I assume it's nothing worse than what I'm dealing with. Where's Max?
I don't think that I can answer that because I'm brain deep in fighting this
This
code.
thing just screaming at you. Yeah.
I think that what comes back over the comm is just a screechy.
Yeah. And you can see, like, there's veins pulsing on his
Yeah.
forehead, and yeah.
All right, I'll get to you later. Just
Yeah.
back to this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. We have an initiative order. Satch.
Yes.
Okay. So, there's a couple different things we could kind of aim at. One option would be an action to try to protect your brain a little bit.
Okay.
Like maybe like throw up a quick firewall that you didn't realize you needed. Right? Like no one's ever done this to you before.
Right.
But you've also not tried to, hot code in
Hey, it's
active device.
it's new for everybody.
Yeah,
here.
everyone's having a good time.
New frontiers.
I'm so sorry. So we're at the top of the round, and it's 10 o'clock.
Oh, we're gonna stop mid-combat. Thank you.
Yeah.
In media ray.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
So we will recall where we are. We have
Do we?
a medium skewered Max.
We have to recall where we are? Can we?
We have a foot spiked CC. We have a brain screaming Satch. And a ball punching Irsa.
Yeah, yours is fine. Suddenly, this all makes sense. This whole situation has gone from wow, so many mysteries to punch thing now.
Yep.
Yep.
I'm sort of envisioning this like BB-8 without a head now, like just the ball part of BB-8 with like these spiky, horrible legs coming out of it.
Sure. Yeah. Whatever is the most nightmare fuel for you personally.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, well, none of this is that.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay. Well, that's too bad. So
Unless it looks like my father's face disappointed at me with a bunch of legs sticking out of it.
okay, too real.
Ouch.
Full the
was
thing.
Dad, I'm entirely kidding. I don't have that feeling about it.
Full
Daddy
jump.
Issues is the other game.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry.
Where'd my little folder with the
Oh, I
thing
moved it
go?
over here because
Okay.
I needed more
Okay,
space.
cool. Thank you. Folks, thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in live or later. Your only two options to watch the show. My name's Jason, and this is Happy Jacks RPG. You can visit us at happyjacks.org/thedrop or /shows for anything and everything that we do. Let's go around and tell the good people where they can find your works. Michelle.
Hey, you can find me personally on Twitter at Mashulu. You can also listen to me on the podcast 12-Sided Stories, which is super fun, and you should give it a try. You can also find my music through Plate Mail Games on DriveThruRPG or subscribe through Battle Bards.
Woo!
Nick.
Just a little cheering.
Yeah,
on.
I like it. Yeah.
I'm Nick, and you can see my name in the thing, Nick Levy. You can find me at Sungrowler on Twitter on the Bird site. I mostly lurk, but sometimes I make jokes or observations or things like that, or sometimes just scream into the void like you do. That's currently the only place you can really find me online. But join up, say hello.
Awesome. Joey?
Hey guys, I've been Joey. Hopefully I will still be Joey next week.
We'll see.
We'll find out. You can find me on all the socials at Feywild85, FEYWILDE85. You can catch me here every Monday, and you can catch me on Jason's channel, It's Probably Okay, on Twitch, playing Demigod's Media Storm, where I play the exact opposite of this character, who's still somehow grievously injured.
Yes.
There's a theme apparently going on in my life right now.
Yeah, I actually don't like you very much as a person.
I gathered
and I
that.
will take that out on your characters.
Oh, no, but I'm still
in
gonna.
a thinly veiled attempt of, a veneer of civility.
Little do you know that's actually my kink. So
Oh no. Okay. All right. Well, I guess if we're both into it, it's okay.
yeah, game on.
Consenting adults.
What kind of mon?
Ha
Got him.
Happy coming out day. Is it my turn?
Yeah.
Do you want to flirt a little more?
That's all I got.
Okay. Hi, I'm Clara. I will continue to be Clara, and I always want to be like, and I have been playing. No, you can find me all over the internet as clearly_golden, unless you're into mermaids, in which case mermaid_clarity on Instagram. Oh my god. On Sundays, except for this coming one, I am over on It's Probably Okay, where we are playing demigods, where I am playing these stats reversed, and this personality reversed. She's fun, I like her. And on Mondays I'm here, obviously, and then on Thursdays, a lot of the time, not this week, but next week probably, I'm over on Life Action Roleplays Twitch channel, where we're playing Purgatory Cafe. It is a LARP situation over Zoom. There was a thing where there were angels who were trying to start the apocalypse. It's complicated.
Oh my goodness.
I played Tien. She's doing her best.
That's very relatable.
It's
Doing your best
happening.
in the apocalypse.
She took a job as the hostess of this cafe at this point. She's gonna save one goddamn soul. She fucking swears it. That's
Okay.
it. She's doing her best.
All right. Well, folks, thank you again for joining us. Be sure to check out happyjacks.org.
Wait, who are you?
Oh, I'm Jason. You can find me on Twitch and Twitter at It's Probably Okay, where I stream Sundays, the Demigods game we're talking about, which I am heralding. I also stream Fridays, and right now I'm just doing a Friday-Sunday schedule. I was doing Wednesdays for a long time, and I needed a break, so that's what I'm doing. I'll probably get back to it eventually, but Sundays and Fridays on my channel are the main thing, and then here on Mondays, Happy Jacks, and whatever sort of wild nonsense comes up on my Twitter, that's the main thing to find out news about me. And we very much look forward to seeing you next time. So thank you for joining us. I think we're going to go to our video again, and then the calendar will pop up. So if you want to see all of that, that is coming momentarily. And we will see you soon. Bye.
Bye.